Oh, see, there we go, microphone. All right. Let's make sure we got my background music on repeat. Yeah, we do. Should be able to take these headphones off. We rockin'. We in the cozy room today. I'm standing for this stream since I don't have my compatriot Patty on either side of me. I figured I'd see if I can make it a little bit more hype, a little bit more exciting by standing up. And yeah, because I used to love doing my other content with my previous creative partner while having a standing desk because I could be a bit more animated. So this time I figured we'll give it a go, and if not, I got a high-seated chair here so we could switch it up if need be. But let me just double check all my settings, and I'll do the little yammer for y'all YouTube viewers, since you could be watching this in the future or the past, and you may not be as familiar with what's going on here today, okay? And also, hey, I just got back from a trip, which you'll hear me ramble about. I was helping my family out in Alberta. Man, this feels like the first one of these of 2025 for me. It feels like such a big change. Like, I for some reason, even though we already did 2 this year, I feel like it's the first one I did this year, it's a weird little switch up. It's funny how the little idiosyncrasies or little changes in your own life can, like, switch things up. But, hey, bro, it be what it be. Kick was bugging out on me. I had a big frustration attack about it, but I'm happy it's working now. Jeez, Kick has been having a lot of issues in the background lately, so I definitely think it's related to, like, the updates that they're making to their platform. But I digress. The reason I go into that is I do simulcast. So before I do my auction preamble, I do want you to know that I'm live on Twitch, I'm live on Kick, and I'm live on YouTube. So if you're watching this YouTube video in the future, or you're just tuning in and scrolling to the beginning, one of the things is I'm live streaming regularly on a weekly basis. I aim for 5 a week. Right now I've been hitting 3 pretty consistently, and I do a variety of content. So one of the businesses that I operate here, I guess we'll do the whole shtick, right? Okay, so my name's Bailey, and I operate an eBay store called Grandma's Dead Stock, where it's a treasure hunt format eBay store, so you can find almost anything there, like cool old video games, weird antiques. Like right now I've got some of the stuff behind me, and I've got everything from like plushies to like antique Ford keys to like remotes that you wouldn't be able to buy for televisions anymore, right? Now, stuff that isn't so successful on that eBay store and isn't something that I could take to a market and sell, like just cash in hand. Me and my business partner, Patty, of Patty's Pop-Ups, that is Paddy, we run an auction house in partnership with Max Sold. And it's a wonderful experience. We really enjoy the capacity it provides us for both the clients as well as like infiltrating the market, because rather than picking through everything with a fine-tooth comb and selecting only the high-ticket items, we're able to provide a valuable service to both residential and commercial clients in that you need a house clear out, we'll take everything and find a use for it, and more importantly, find it a home with someone that's like going to enjoy it. Whether they are a reseller or it's someone for their personal collection, this thing is going to be loved again rather than just going to the dump most typically in those scenarios. But there you go. Formal baby, out the way, okay? Out the way. Now, how we typically run these streams, if it's your first time popping in, and I'm sure we'll have some of the newbies and OGs alike rolling in slowly afterwards. What we do, I hang out, we go through our stream. You can see it in the window below me. If you've seen this before, this is actually the format that I also use for my eBay stream, okay? So when I'm not doing these auction reactions, when I'm not working on the auction, again, I'm working on my eBay store, where I document the items live in person, or right now I have been doing it off camera just to save a significant amount of time. I found that the photography is the portion of the live stream that slows me down the most. So by getting the photos done ahead of time, I'm able to hang out with you guys. We create the listings for the items, and then we do the comps. We check out how much they're worth. And it's a really fun experience personally. I enjoy artistically the storytelling behind all of these items. What brings me the creative passion behind doing this is being able to show that weird old remote that I brought up and explain why something that's like menial, like a television remote from 30 years ago, why it holds value to other people, because that's something I find that is the sad part about our capitalist society. If you're just simply ignorant, you're like, oh, this is trash, it's trash. But, you know, the one man's trash, another treasure, that whole shtick, it's like, I think there's a valuable lesson in both business and on a higher end to understand why something may be valuable to another human. And I think it helps contextualize a lot of the waste and junk that we create. But, hey, there you go. I gave you my PR speech. If you're not aware, my professional background is in corporate communications and public relations. And my specialty was doing all of the presentations. So if I need to lay it on thick, you guys are going to get the thick lay on, all right? Yeah, so what I typically do when I start off these streams, you'll see that I changed scenes, okay? I like to hang out with y'all. And what we do is we review the items that have the most bids from top down, okay? After this, then I take a little breather before the auctions start, and we move on to the live reaction portion of the stream, which is always one of my favorites. It's a unique type of content that me and my business partner Patty, who's not here today, is trying to generate. Because if you're heavily involved in this auction market, something you'll notice is like you and your buyers, it's a very isolated experience until you're doing the business transaction. I'm trying to integrate a little bit more interaction and positive, I don't want to use interaction toys, but positive interactions as you're running through that experience. Like it's sometimes lonely when you're sitting there, you're just like bid, max bid. Oh no, I lost it. So this way I can stand here on stream, solo dolo, like the colorful weirdo that I am, and help give you a little bit of excitement. And feel free to drop in the chat about what you're stoked about, what you're looking forward to, if you want me to check out an item. But otherwise, I like to eval what has the most bids versus the highest ticket amount of money, because I think that provides more useful user data towards my side of the business. Now, one of our colleagues, our friends at Acorn Auctions Hamilton, they run a high bid store. So this is separate. They own their own software. They also have an auction running today, and shouts out to them. They're a lovely duo to work with, and I do reaction streams just like this to their content as well. And next week they have another auction closing, but this is the first time we had a scheduling confliction. And fortunately, we have a very humble business relationship, so it wasn't a big issue. But before my auction goes live tonight, we're gonna pop in. We're gonna double check. I want to see how the things are doing. I think there's quite a good possibility that stuff's gonna go for a good dollar amount. So we'll pop in. Theirs starts at 8, so maybe at like 7:45. We'll run over right quick and check it out. All right. Right now, back to ours. Okay. So now we are on our max sold auction that is coming up to be bid on. And as I said, I like to come up to close. This is, oh my gosh, yeah, see, I'm a little rusty here today. Again, I was on a family trip for I had to extend it. It was like 3 weeks, so I ended up missing like a month of these auction reaction streams. I've still been streaming on the side, but as much as I can keep the rambling up, the like talking points I gotta hit, like certain things, I really need to do like auctioneer / like singer vocal training, because I need to talk at such an accelerated pace that I feel comfortable doing, but I know I could definitely be more efficient at it. So I appreciate everyone bearing with me as you know, the stutters and the learning disabilities kick in. Nonetheless, some of these items, very interesting. The Seagull electric acoustic guitar, where both, I can speak for Patty on his behalf for this one. I know we are both very excited that this got the right dollar amount. It is a high quality acoustic guitar. If I'm correct, he bought it for his own personal use. So this item is at $232. This one had the most competition before the auction started, so there is a good potential that it doesn't necessarily bid up, get to a crazy dollar amount as things close, but we'll see. Maybe some competition comes in last minute. This solid wood side table and magazine rack. Ooh, that's a great tabletop, actually. That's a beautiful piece of wood. Someone, that was some serious craftsmanship put into that. And this one, this ceramic... Okay, let's try this. Let's try this together. Ceramic phrenology head model. There. That's a series of letters that's going to make me stutter. It's kind of cool. It's like it's a model of the head where all your like neurological stuff, like your frontal lobe, all that fancy crap, is directly labeled on it. Definitely not as many zoomed in, but see, there we go. Like inquisitiveness, destructiveness, like all of your stuff is like lined out of where it affects you psychologically and neurologically, which I think is quite freaking cool. So $33. It's definitely worth more if you were to comp it on eBay. I'll tell you that. So whoever's gonna get it is gonna get it for a steal. And then again, these kitchen accessory lots. I was talking about the passion that we have for making sure that we can provide these items to people so that it doesn't necessarily just become another piece of capitalist waste. So we're looking at this kitchen accessory lot. This is a whole bunch of stuff that was in someone's kitchen, unopened, unused. Otherwise, probably would have gone to Value Village or most likely the dump. So $29, definitely higher than I would have expected. I think I even debated with Patty about how much to put into these. So I am impressed to see it at $30, to be honest. But this way, ideally, it's going to someone's home that's actually going to appreciate and take time to utilize these items that could have been trash otherwise. This Armor Aqua insulated cooler bag. I think this is pre-Yeti dominating the market. This definitely looks like it's meant for hiking, backpacking. I like it. Reasonable. And there you go, everybody. In the chat right now, you know what? I will actually pin this in the YouTube comments. We'll drop it in here because I know my Stream Elements doesn't like to repost to YouTube specifically because I do simulcast. So we're going to pin that message. If you want to jump in on this auction before it's too late, this is how you get in. I'll do it on Kick as well. That way, hey, you see something you like, you live in the local Toronto area, hit us up. If you are going to miss the pickup date, we can negotiate a little bit. We try not to be too flexible just to create a standard of business, but hey, this antique wooden painted dovetail storage box. This guy was used in our warehouse quite a bit for a while there. It held all our loose electronics. Kind of looks like an ammo crate, but definitely the hardware too modern, I would say. Great piece, great like garage storage piece. There's many ways you can use it. Viewed 300 times. So our viewership on this auction is very commendable. I've got nothing to complain about there. Microphone stand, some competition. We do have a couple music items listed in this one. So it's good to see that we brought in a music buyer and then that music buyer possibly got interested in the microphone stand there, eh? Plumber tool lot. Tool lots have been very successful for us. And it's been a very interesting adjustment to the market. As I said, a lot of our colleagues in the reselling industry tend to like cherry pick high value items that are only worth X amount of dollars on, say, eBay or the other retail platforms that you can do reselling on. And we've really found that these old tools are consistently, they get sold. I'm not going to say they're $1 million lots, but they sell well every single time, right? So I'm really like thinking about going through the alleyways in Toronto of like traditionally Italian or Portuguese neighborhoods, and then just flyering, like put up one, it's like we buy old tools. Just put up old school flyers that some old guy is going to see as he's going on his morning walk with his espresso, and just purchase all the old tools off of them. And also this guy, this is my water cup. Bro, look at this. I got this from one of our pics. It's the biggest solo cup I've ever seen. And I love it as my on-stream item. It's like literally as big as my head. This man's got big hands, and the fact that I can't even wrap my hand around it is crazy. It is crazy work. Just double checking the phone. I got it set up beside me on the chair. Tyco RC, same thing on the reselling. This is probably a reseller buying it, but it's not it's a smart purchase, I would say. Shop Fox, cooking pots, hopefully finding a good home. This quilt. So these quilts and carpets. Say that 5 times fast. The quilts and the carpets. Very interesting. They're one of the ones that if you look them up, they're worth a scary amount of buckaroos. Like a large amount of dollars. But where do you sell them? Right? Like, they are worth money. There's places you can sell them. But do you know a quilt store? Like, do you know someone who's out there just going to the store to buy blankies? You know? So it's like beautiful. Old piece. Hand stitched. I do adore it. I'm glad it's getting the love that it deserves. Do not get me wrong as I say that. Look at that derpy little pup in the middle. Oh, and it's a Toronto, the TTC with an old train, though, is weird. But hopefully someone's taken this to put in their home, and I'm very excited to meet the buyer on this purchase, for sure, and quite particularly. Bucket O Tools, although it looks like competition is starting because all the stuff is starting to rearrange, eh? Got a little bit of competition on these official National Geographic maps. These are some of my picks. My dear grandmama, Fran, back in Alberta, had a whole stash of National Geographic magazines, and I'm like, I don't know any cartography nuts personally, but it's very cool. Like, they're high quality. They're pieces of history. 1947. I wrote it in the bio. We got a 1947, 1954, 1951 maps. Like, I dare you to go down the street and try to buy those, right? Pots. The quilt is running up. We got a bucket of tools. The wooden sled, I'm glad it's getting some love. We got the vintage style wooden sled, which is the funniest one because of the Patty just clearly used screen caps. Which is all good. It's all good. Shouts to Patty. Hey, you know, you can't, sometimes we gotta work so quick you miss a few things, right? So this one I really thought, we tried to sell it in the wintertime. I was like, oh, someone will buy this for their kid. It's sick. But I guess if you could go to the dollar store and get a crazy carpet, someone's just more crazy carpet hype. Starter logs, makes sense. Coolers, Coleman coolers specifically, but like old school coolers like this 50 quart one here. They've been a big attention grab. I've been surprised and impressed by those. They're very consistent finds. So then if you're like on the hunt for items and you're trying to figure out how to begin reselling, I would highly recommend if you see a cooler for like $2, you'll at least be able to double it, minimum. Sometimes more. Some of these old Colemans, like the ones that are stereotypically colored, like the orange one particularly, like the Gatorade orange, Bro, mad money in the Gatorade orange coolers. Danby dehumidifier makes sense. Unfortunate that that's all it's going for, but makes sense. Ah, good. The air travel. Okay. The electric bass guitar kit we were debating about putting in. I'm so glad that he did it. I knew someone would buy it. It's a good piece of like musical equipment. At the very least, even if it's a reseller. It might not even be a bass guitar. I don't even... Fair use, the latch isn't working. Very durable ATA. It's missing the wheels, but still, hey. High quality hard shell for an instrument. That's hard to find. Nikon, these film cameras. Very obvious. Makes sense. Closet organizers. This brutalist sailboat decor is the one that me and Patty just posted a social media post about because we were nattering. We're going back and forth as we're setting up the auction. This bad boy, if you're selling to an arts market, like arts collectors and stuff, I could see it. I can respect why you would say this should be worth $50. Personally, as someone who's a little bit more adjacent and removed from the high arts world, it is kind of dope. Shouts to Stone in the chat. Again, everyone, if it's your first time joining, you're on YouTube, you're finding this auction link, like this live stream link through our auction. Don't be afraid to participate in the chat. We got people across platforms. But this guy was the one that we were debating about because it looks sick. But anyone, you or me, who don't know art stuff, it looks Bed Bath and Beyondy. But this is, once you get into the nitty gritty of it, like, bro, that's handcrafted. That's some old guy in his garage took the time to weld all that metal together, to buff it out, to polish it, and it's quite impressive. So you could see the TIG welds on it. I just don't think the right person's going to find it on the auction website. So that's me and Patty made a bet. We got a 6-pack on this. I say doesn't make it over $50. I think less than $50. He bet me over $50. And this was the post we just made on the Instagrams today. Yeah, quite sloppily welded. But still, clearly, this man's put in some serious effort. But I'm like, no way. Won't go over 20, I bet. I agree. That's what I was like. I was like, no. Because if you don't know art, you don't know that it's actually, like, handmade. You're going to think it's just a random decor piece. And this one, we got a Bebe. We got a licensed Elvis Presley 30th anniversary watch. Now, I will even as the seller, I'll admit, part of the Elvis Presley issue with these products, his estate licensed out a whole bunch of stuff. So they are worth money. It is worth collecting. It is something that you could retail or gift to someone and they would thoroughly enjoy. But the estate of Elvis, they let a lot of people make a lot of stuff. Let's put it that way. So you have to be very careful with your selections of what you're purchasing. In this case, well-made watch, leather strap, great tin, great box. The whole thing is a good little kit, but sometimes you'll get like this little Elvis tiny dinky little watch and you'll be like, oh, this is a $50. No, it's not. It's some factory in China made it. This electric organ, really wish it would go for more, but $50 is a fair deal. Definitely a fair deal. This thing's just been taking up space in the warehouse. It is super cool. We were really hoping to set up the streams to the point that we can have like intermissions, or if someone donates like $10, then Patty will take a music break and play some tunes on the fucking keyboard. Excuse my language. I have to be more PG because this is a widespread live stream. But we've got a whole bunch of modern keyboards, and with our hustle, Patty has a more modern, the big stand-up Yamaha type shit that we can bring in if we really want to do that. And this thing is heavy and big, so whatever dollar amount we can get for it, it's a big philosophy of running this auction house. We really want to be able to just like, rather than hoard, get it out, get it to the home. I gave the whole spiel about how it's important to us to breathe new life into these items. And that organ is an example of how we were being too possessive in contrast, right? So time to get rid of it. Lots of these kitchen lots are, I'm surprised. Aluminum baking rack. That is not a baking rack. I argue with Patty on that one, but we'll see. I guess technically I would call it a storage rack, but fine. Baking rack it is. Because you could dry baking on it. Dry, whatever. Prep baking? However you want to label that. I do want to remind everyone that I am simulcasting, so I am on Twitch, I am on Kick, I am on YouTube. So if it's your first time watching this on the YouTube VOD in the future, don't be afraid to subscribe to either my Twitch or the Kick under the same name. In about 5-10 minutes, we're going to check out one of our colleagues' auctions, Acorn Auctions Hamilton. I'll be streaming their next auction close on this coming week, Tuesday, I think. And they specialize in paper products. So I'm very excited to see what this auction is going for. And then we'll hop back over here. We'll do a quick run through of the auction in order as it is. I'm going to take a break, 8:15. We're going to take a quick breather. I'm going to be back 8:30 and we're going to get it cracking, y'all. Okay, so we're going to get hyped as these things close. That's why you got to stand in Bailey stream today. So hopefully, since I don't have to navigate this small little bedroom setup that I got because Patty's not here, I'm like, let's figure out a way I can get a little bit more hyped. So we'll get a little bit more hyped. We're not going to get Kai Cenat levels of jumping around, but all standard. Same thing. Wish they went for more, but can't complain. We'll see as the lots come up. Hopefully they get more attention. Really, I've never seen... Oh, wow, I didn't see Patty list this one. I scrolled through the auction real quick. Is it a pet booster seat? Wow, so it's like a basket that you put in your seat? Outward Hound. Good brand name. Intriguing, though, too. I never thought of that. Very intriguing. Again, I got the world's biggest solo cup. I got this from one of the picks. It's fantastic. This is my water cup now for stream. It's like a triple the size solo cup. Aladdin lunchbox was me. The clothing racks were like, they need to get out of here. So hopefully we'll find them a good home. I'm very okay with that. We've got the pair of flashlights. This is also what I was hoping for. Let's see. Can I put the mouse literally on my cozy sweater? This is partly why I wore the cozy sweater even. So we can hang out back here and chill. Mag lights. I really thought they would go for more. I was a little... I approve of Patty batching it up. Because if I were to argue, I would say I would put the mag light on its own. I wouldn't have batched up the mag light. So good call by Patty on that one. Guitar books, music books. Like music books are one of those sad examples of our times. Because tabs and everything that exists online. But bro, I so badly wish these were worth money. But it's like so hard to find buyers for them now because it's so accessible. I'm using so a lot. I'm catching that. My own PR voice is going off in my head. It is exceptionally accessible now to be able to introduce yourself to essential music needs. Whereas in the past, can you tell I used to do that for a living? The one I was envious, I really want this. I really want this. But I wouldn't use it. I know I wouldn't use it. I'm a reseller. I'll come across more if needed. But a folding poker tabletop? Bro, this thing's fuego. It's so cool. It is so cool. And you just slap it on top of like a folding table. But I wouldn't use it. It would just sit in my closet. This is the one where I gotta temper myself. Even though I do this job, I have those things where I also have to remind myself, like, okay, you're not gonna actually use it. You're not gonna actually use it. Which is, it's funny just because we deal with other people that have a little bit too much of a habit of holding on to things. And it's like a personal issue that we also have to work through for ourselves. This one, slight Patty disagreement as well, but I still thought more than this. This vintage retro dining table was one of the first estates that me and Patty cleared out together. Super cool marbling, very interesting inlay, but it just doesn't seem like something you would practically have in an apartment in the city. I love the details on it. I do absolutely love the details on it, but the fact that it's only going for $14 is disappointing, but not too surprising. We're getting into some of the more kooky stuff. Driveway rollers. Shite, I might need some of these for the summer. I should have mentioned that. Oopsies. Well, I guess if we find more, as we always do. But these tool lots, easy success for us so far. I would have put a different title on this if I were Patty, but that's okay. These are emergency door handles, like the going out of a commercial unit. The chick chick, like the big push. $3, whatever, finds a good home. Some of the coins, I'm surprised the coins and the stamps were some of the ones with early bids. So hopefully those buyers are going to end up coming back to add some competition to our auction. White metal modular display rack, yeah. These modular display racks are what everyone is using at markets now. Whether you're like a artiste, painter, crafter, whatever, it tends to be what everyone uses. But these are the heavy duty version. You can get like lighter, easier to manage ones off of Amazon now. These are like the OG draft of it, and I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm humble to the fact that they don't have too much competition go on in. I've got again, the lack of experience. Going away to help my family for a bit there, which was a humbling time. Very good, never regret it. I am a little bit out of practice of the staples of what I need to say, and then this like my vocal cords. I need to get my sternum. I'm slouching, and I need to use my I was about to say appendix. Your appendix is the thing that bursts. Your diaphragm. I gotta use my diaphragm. Coin lots are tough. I'm just happy they're going. I'm starting to learn a lot more about coins to the point that I'm able to sort them out very quickly, like less than 5 minutes quickly. So if I'm doing, like, say I've got this multinational coin lot and a couple more of them, if I'm able to sort out about 4 to 5 of those lots in less than 5 minutes, then I've made my hourly's worth, right? Like, they kind of, if they're $5 a lot, I made 5 lots. I made them in 5 minutes. I made $20 in less than a half hour of labor. It's an acceptable transfer. Mini Saskatchewan flag. Got this one from Franny. It's old school. It's antique. I thought I would try. I was curious. It seems like someone's interested in it. Seems like it doesn't have any competition, but I'm okay with that. I just thought someone would maybe want a tiny Saskatchewan flag. Golden Swan ornate ceramic lamp. I'm slightly wrong. I thought this would be a keynote piece. It's a Golden Swan lamp. Baby's got a hold an L on that one. And then we're getting into some of the items that I have overstock. These are from the early days of my hustle. So I've got these Bilstein shock absorbers. These shock absorbers. There's shock absorbers for a Subaru. And when I was early in my hustle, shite, because I hit the auction lot, I have to go back to the main thing and resets. Love working with MaxSold. Love their platform. They've got a couple UI issues that I would highly recommend they work out. Shouldn't be too complicated, but... Oh, you know what's getting me? The fan. Oh my god, okay. That solved it, okay. I'll be in the middle of my rambles and the fan just blows right into my mouth. Okay. Whew. At least we sorted out what it was. These shock absorbers. Easy example of me overestimating the early days in my hustle, because if you comp these, they're $2,000, $3,000 pieces, right? A, they're heavy to ship. B, they're aftermarket parts. And C, good luck finding a local buyer who needs aftermarket Bilstein shocks for a specific series of Subaru whips, you know? So just a straight... Oh, I'm literally going to take a lozenge. This is bad content. I got some hauls for when I got a bad throat for the public speaking. That's just making me look terrible. What the hell? I'm just like... Maybe I'm getting allergies from my room. I wonder what that is. I gotta sort that out. Maybe I just gotta sort that out. I'm already on my cardio kick. I'm working out, so let's hope it's that. Ah, chatbot. No thank you. Outie here. Ban. One day we'll get to the point that we can pay Stone to moderate. So return to auction. What we're going to do quick, I'm going to come back in for a second. I'm going to get cozy up here. We're going to cozy up here for a moment. Our friends at Acorn Auctions Hamilton. Again, I will be shooting their auction. I will be live reacting to their auction in person next week, because they have another one closing next week. Well, we have 5 minutes. We're going to refresh theirs. Let's see, what do they have? Their live catalog is open, and it should be closing in the next 5 minutes. So we're going to go lot number. Is it already started? We got 10 minutes to close. Bid count high to low. High ticket items. So these are all prints. What they're hoping to transition to is something that's less eclectic. Oh my god. Less eclectic than what we do. They're hoping to shift to a point that they can focus on these like stamps, sheets, very artistic pieces that hold a lot of merit and historical purpose, but also make your life a little bit easier as a reseller. And I don't hate on it. I do respect it and admire it. So it looks like this time they don't necessarily have highly expensive items, but this is a great spread. That's a great spread. How many total lots are there? 124. We're showing 100 lots. So if we can scroll to the bottom of this page, and all of them have bids. It's only a duo of them, a lovely duo that I highly enjoy working with. So again, I want to remind everyone that I am going to be reacting to the close of their auction next week. But it's a success for them in a way. Because all of these are easy to distribute, easy to package, easy to ship. They do offer international shipping, so that is a critical difference with their market versus our max sold auction, which requires you to do a local pickup. These folks are able to ship across Canada and the US. And it's a very good contrast to what I was speaking about before, where me and Patty have a very distinct focus on being able to clear everything out of a house. Acorn Auctions is more of a high-end selective brand. Because of their international shipping services, they're able to like hone in on specific markets for each one of their auctions that they do. And not only is it a humbling experience for me, it's a valuable business lesson. Okay, but okay, Lawson's helped. Shouts to Halls saving the gosh darn day. It's not a fun tickle in the back of my throat. And I'm about to go overtime here. Okay, so we're at 55. We're halfway down the page, so that's about 50 lots with bids. the other critical difference for them is that they are able to set a base price for their bids. So they can set $5 minimums, right? Versus everything on our max sold page, $1. So they've got 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 4 times 16. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. That's about half. That's about half of their auction with bids. I have to message them tomorrow. Wish them good luck and congratulations. Is there anything I provided them? I do not think so. Speaking of their specialty, that's why. So if I come across rare pieces of paper, I send it over to this auction house rather than like dilly-dally. I had some hyper rare maps that I gave them that I knew they would be able to take much better care of. The one that keeps catching my eye is this 1898 Indian Territory, quote unquote, let's add that, the USA. Very interesting. See, look at their packaging. Just so much more well prepared. Okay, so that's how it's, so the middle was just like kind of divided, eh? Oklahoma and Indian Territory. God, society sucks. This is purely my historical baby interested in this. Okay? Know that I'm using the term Indian strictly based on the historical reference of this map, okay? Cover those bases. I don't need those clips in the future haunting me, you know what I'm saying? The Cherokees, the Creeks. So they also, same thing as classic history. The Chickasawas, the Choctaw, the Creeks, and the Cherokees. Interesting. It's a very cool piece of history. I like that one. I like that one because of how gross it is, you know what I mean? I love those like contextual maps. Some of those National Geographics that we have in our auction that we're about to hop back to, I kind of illustrate the same. But, okay. We're about to hop back to ours. Everyone, I want you to wish good luck to Acorn Auctions Hamilton. Lovely pair, lovely duo. I really enjoy working with them. And we have an arrangement and agreement where these same styles and formats of reaction streams, where I jump in and I react to how good our auction performs, provide a little bit of company and interactiveness for potential buyers who may not have experienced live streaming before, and sit on the auction bidding websites. It's a lonely process, so I want to make it so that you have the opportunity to have some actual company and excitement together with other folks, okay? And Acorn Auctions Hamilton offers shipping internationally, so it is to the USA of A as well as Canada. And next week, I think on Tuesday the 15th, I will be streaming a close of their auction as well. This one will be much more of a spread other than just paper pieces, but I personally was curious about where theirs is at, and now we're going to head back, sole focus on Bebe's auction for the evening, closing at 8:45 p.m. I have the link pinned to the top of each platform that I simulcast to, and I do simulcast to both Twitch, Kick, and YouTube, which is where a lot of you lovely folks who may not have experienced this format of content before could be popping in. Okay, so let me just do the quick thing. My name's Bailey, and I operate an eBay store called Grandma's Dead Stock, and I operate this auction house alongside my business partner Patty, P-A-D-D-Y, of Patty's Pop-Ups. Together we have a warehouse space, and we provide the service of downsizing and estate clearances for both residential and commercial clients. And the difference in our service is that our goal is to be able to find a new home for everything in your house. Okay? What's typically the issue when you're either moving, a loved one passing, or we're working with a real estate agent and a commercial client, a lot of those products, when you need to transfer a house, just goes to the dump. Or that commercial client, the real estate agent, has to pay someone to throw it out. And yes, we do generate a marginal profit off of this process, but it is much more inspirational and truly dear to us to know that even if it is a reseller buying this Japanese landscape print, that reseller is finding another home. They're repurposing it. They're finding value in what it could be for someone else, rather than just generating more capitalist waste that is an unfortunate byproduct of the process of people passing, or the transition of properties, or just our hoarding in general, right? But hey, I'll ramble about that far too long. Let me hydrate. Shouts to me for being prepared as an entertainer and having lozenges. Good on me. Let's give myself a little pat on the back, because that was obnoxious content. That wasn't good content. I was getting blasted by the fan in the mouth, and then I couldn't talk. So we do a little bit we have some we'll call it barley juice. We use some barley juice, and then we have some agua. We do the quick 1-2. Quick 1-2. Keep it balanced, you know. You gotta hydrate. That's what I learned from all the Irishmen in my life. But again, everyone, don't be afraid to participate in the chat. Our goal here, although Patty isn't here, so Patty has got a new little one in his family, and that is a much more important responsibility than being a bedroom dweller like I am. So it is just me here today, but now we're going from the top down for our auction. Seems like the start of, ooh, someone's actually put a bid on this porcelain disc insulator. I thought that wasn't going to get nothing. Our percentages of, like, we've been trying to keep an eye on, like, what doesn't close anymore, right? And it's good to see that most things, this dollhouse, bro, that's another thing I was wrong on. Like I'm saying, we're trying to only pick items that, again, we're trying to rehome them, that we know someone will dip $1 into. I thought someone would want some dollhouse pieces, antique vintage dollhouse pieces. Holy crap, was I wrong? Okay. That's fine. I might just rip the photos and try to put them on eBay and see if someone wants to pay $5 for them, but wow. So that porcelain disc insulator was something that I had never seen before. This thing is like an old electrical component where you'd like tie in your wires to the top, and this porcelain disc would like blow up if it got overcharged. 1939, so it's almost 100 years old. Yeah, overhead power lines and radio antennas. We've gone through these two in the pre-stream. Toy box was a long shot for me, but didn't take too long to post. We've got the antique Aladdin lunchbox, tin or silver. I couldn't identify, like, I wanted to color it, say it was the color silver, but I didn't want anyone to think that it was made of silver, right? Cool classic, bro. You remember back in the day, you're from the 70s. This is a 70s lunchbox to the T. If you're doing a set deck for a movie, bro. Which is, speaking of which, I might have to bring out my little fucking book here. Excuse my language. I'm trying to be PG because we've got a lot of newbies here. I want to welcome everyone who's found this link through one of our auction listings. I apologize. I'm a well-behaved person, okay? So you don't have to worry about me swearing that much. The other two things I need to schedule. So schedule as well. I also need to DM the card guy that I am going to vet. If anyone knows a card purveyor, like someone who sells Pokemon cards, sports cards, I'm looking for a card hookup. I need a card guy, okay? And then additionally, I need to DM the set deck guy. Because, like, something me and Patty would love to get into in the future. But in terms of our own capacity, creating space in the warehouse, it's a difficult challenge to take on. But set deck rentals, so a movie set. They want to film a movie that's based in the 60s, okay? They want to film a movie that's based in the 60s. They have to get all of that stuff from somewhere. And they pay a lot of money from, like, particular vintage stores, other places, to rent all those pieces and put it as a prop in their movie set. Sometimes they just buy it outright. And it would be really fun and interesting to be able to provide that as a service through this hustle. As you can see, look at all the antiques that we come across, right? But right now we need to focus on monetizing this to the point that we can sustain ourselves. Again, it's not necessarily about getting us rich. It's about rehoming and storytelling for all these items. So it's this tough balance of like, I would love to hoard this because it's a beautiful chair that I want to rent to a movie one day. But then that's a chair that's taking up space in the warehouse that we could be assisting another private client whose mother just passed with clearing out her home more effectively. So at the end of the day, I'm not helping anyone by holding onto that chair. You know what I mean? I'm not making enough money off of it, and I'm not able to provide the meaningful service that I wish to provide to the clients that we work with. These nesting tables, whew, tough look though. $3 is rough. They are very pretty, high quality. We'll see. So maybe some of these will run up as they go. These lamps, these are the ones that are hurting me. So we got nesting table hurting Patty. These two hurting me. This Pierre Cardin tie and pocket square set, I've been holding on too long. It's the same as the Bilstein shock absorbers. These guys, I was like, oh yeah, these guys are like, they're worth money. Let me try to hustle them. No. Squash racket set. Disappointing on my behalf, but realistically, who's gonna use them? So very disappointing. Very cool pieces, but disappointing. Hey, shouts to TPC. Thank you. Yeah, happy affiliate anniversary. 1 year ago today, I got monetized on Twitch. Thank you so much, TPZ, one of the original followers. Doesn't talk that much in the chat, but I know you've been watching. I see you come in here with the emotes. I am very grateful for your presence. Really, bro. I'm super happy. I'm now monetized on Kick as well. One of the biggest ways to support me over on YouTube is I'm plowing my way towards monetization on YouTube. I'm at like 350 almost now. I need that 1,000. I need that thou. Hit me with the thou. And then we got money. And then I'm not going to be a greedy boy. Once we monetize over on the YouTube, I'm paying an editor because me and Patty here, look at all these crazy unique pieces. When we walk into a house and find all this stuff, that's an easy YouTube video. We've got a lot of great content opportunities, even stuff that me and him have filmed, but we just simply do not have the time to edit the video. Like, if I'm trying to keep these streams alive, I can't edit for 6 hours on a YouTube video in the evening because I need to stream in the evening, or I need to work on another project that's actually bringing me income to survive. So once that YouTube is monetized, you best know I'm paying a YouTube editor, and you're only going to see more cool stuff roll out. So it's not about being capitalistic. It's about like getting all these cool ideas out to the internet. But we're limited literally by finances, by money. But thank you, TPC. Thank you for that reminder. That made me feel good. I put in so much work last year to get this Twitch monetized. So shouts to you. Again, I do simulcast. So I'm on Twitch. I'm on Kick. I'm on YouTube. And the link to this auction is pinned in the chat on YouTube, or at least it still should be. Yes, it is. Some of my figurines, disappointing. Antique wooden skis, at least they got a bid in on them, but holy, only $2, eh? Canada's hockey, decent doormat, fair enough. Tyco RC, remote controlled monster truck. The quilt isn't running it up just yet. We got the 2005 Indian Motorcycles Corporation decorative metal plaque. A hanging copper pot is running up. That thing was definitely not where it was before. This egg poacher was one of the things I had to look up historically. Talk about storytelling. I had no idea what this was. I saw it this side. I was like, what the F is this? This is like before modern kitchens, before it was so easy to poach eggs or make hard-boiled eggs or soft-boiled eggs. You'd put this on a gas-burning or wood-burning stove, and you'd lay the little eggies in that thing, and that's how you'd poach eggs. I had no bloody clue. That thing was a surprise to me. I was like, what is it for? We were speculating that it might be for golf balls even. I thought it was for like cleaning golf balls or something. Like old, before plastic golf balls. But weird one. More art going unappreciated. I want to see this organ get some competition. This organ needs to get some competition. I swear, bro. He's batched up the music well. I see. So Patty did a lot of good reorganization of the listing item lots, of the item lot numbers, it would be. And yeah, I could see the vision. I can see the vision. He's really batched them up appropriately. Yeah, the paintings just don't get the love that they should. Again, everyone, 5 minutes. I'm going to take a breather. We're going to go for a quick BRB. Step outside, get some fresh air, hopefully clear out this throat. I'll hit the washroom. Then, for 8:30, we'll be here. We'll be live. We'll be ready to rock. It's time to get that money, okay? We'll get hyped. This is why I'm doing standing stream, okay? We're full energy today, all right? I don't have to deal with that. Look at all the room I got. I got so much space to move. Hacksaws, I knew it. Saws, bro, saws are cursed. We haven't been able to sell saws at all for some reason. It's like the weirdest curse in the reselling industry. Bathroom storage cabinet getting some more love, okay. At least someone's taking this ice box off our hands. This ice box. I'll take the L. I thought the ice box was going to be worth more. I thought, like I was talking about set deck before, someone would want a vintage antique ice box. This thing, it's like pre-fridge fridge, right? Like this is what you'd have in your house to keep your food. You know, I thought that would be worthwhile, but evidently that is not the case. It's a cool unit. I thought it was dope, but yeah, we're talking about hoarding. Again, we were hoarding it in our unit, so let's get it gone. Let's get it gone. Poker table, dining table, faux chairs. Oh, someone wants my Keanu Reeves. I thought Keanu Reeves and Bautista were a reasonable reason to Getting mad at myself as a writer. A reasonable reason? What kind of words are that? A reasonable articulation as to why we would need to create this listing, because both of these public figures bring value to different communities in a high-end understanding of the demographics that enjoy both of them for their different media productions, is more so how I would like to word it. Magazine line, okay, $1, that's fair. Celebrity fashion and beauty magazines. We're either gonna donate these or give them to someone who likes to collage, because those are another one from my days of holding on to them. Need to get them gone. Black and white residential signs, fair. I thought the Saskatchewan flag would lure in someone for the Alberta flag. No one wants my damaged piggy bank, so they're going in the smash pile then. And the Watkins solve. Wow, way. Really? I know there's Watkins collectors out there, so I was just... Bailey's holding L's today, bro. Petrocarbo solve. Like this case. The case is stunning. Still contains the original solve for use on cattle, but the tin is in a major... But the tin is a major decorative piece. I thought the rat traps were unused. I thought someone would want rat traps. I guess no rat traps. Fine. You don't want rat traps? No one cares about the Pope. Photo frames going for what I expected. House phone going for what I expected. These pieces of tech going for way lower than I anticipated, but at least they're going. The slide projector is going to kill me if someone gets that for $1, but fuck it. Language. Bad Bailey. They are intensely difficult to sell, those slide projectors anyways, so no need to get a hoardy over them. We got enough stacked to the end that if someone is in need of these things, they can they might watch the end of the auction. So I approve of the collection that Patty brought together here. Clothing seems to be our bane in auctions. I think you put too much. We just got to give up on clothing in auctions. That's definitely what, yeah. This has been a tried and true pattern. No clothing no more. All clothing goes to market or retail spaces. All clothing out of here. But okay, everyone. Want to remind you, I'm taking a breather. I'm getting some fresh air. Getting some fresh air, okay? We're going to get the fresh air. We're going to come back here. We're going to get ready and debate about what's upcoming. And things are about to close. 8:45. I'm getting hyped. I hope you are. Thank you to everyone who's new to this content format. Shouts to TPZ for dropping in and reminding me that it's my affiliate anniversary. So, yo, seriously. He's one of the quieter viewers, one of the more low-key ones, but they've been around for time. I've got a couple community members. I'm definitely not massive, as you can tell by my channel numbers. But I got a couple community members that are ride or die. They come back. They might come back once or twice a month, but they've been here since I was a nobody. So, shouts to all of you, because it's really, I wouldn't be here without you guys, okay? All right, be right back. We're going to pump the music up. I'm going to hit the BRB screen. Back for 8:30. We're getting things cooking, okay? Bingo, bango, bongo, all right? Alrighty, we here. We back. Want to remind everyone that we do simulcast, and I see several people watching on the YouTube. We got a lot of new viewers here. 1 like on the video. Where's the likes? If you're following this, the best way to support me is I'm trying to up that subscriber count on YouTube, okay? So whether you're watching on Twitch, Kick, or any of these platforms, head over to the YouTube, same name. NarleyMedia, NarleyMedia, sub over there, okay? I stream consistently, multiple times a week. I also, my little creative passion on the side, I got a whole bunch of these videos from the hustle. I got more VHS tapes set aside here, and I convert media as well. So I love finding these lost media tapes that, like, otherwise, just like the items in this auction, would have gone unloved. They would have just not had their stories told. And right now, some of the things that are like nice evergreen bread and butter for me, but it's not just about getting that view count up. So I've got this entire collection of vintage and antique golf tapes. So I've got like Jimmy Ballard. I had some from Sam Snead. I've got Trevino. I got all the classics, and I upload them to my YouTube on a consistent basis. And then again, once we hit that monetization goal, you'll have more custom YouTube videos from me. Right now, the upcoming one that we're going to work on is me and Patty actually achieved our first $10,000 auction this year, which was a massive success that I am incredibly grateful for, to all of the buyers, as well as my compatriot that I function with, Patty, of Patty's Pop-Ups, that is Paddy, to be able to have that opportunity. And I hope to condense that down to a digestible YouTube video length. You know, the stream was about an hour and a half, so hopefully I can make it go down to like 45 minutes, but it's, again, capacity. My issue now with the YouTube video editing is capacity. But we got 15 minutes till our auction closes. I'm gonna open the window on my behalf. We're at the closing soon. Let's see, high ticket items. Let's put the high value one up. You can see the window below me at the moment. Anything's running it up right now? We got anything running it up? Not particularly, but the psychology head is getting its attention that it deserves. Still good. I'm very pleased with all of this. I did have a ramble set aside. I got a creative ramble to just talk about the reselling industry of something that has been not a great experience. It's interesting. I've been running my eBay store for quite some time now. I would say I've been running my eBay store for I started it 5 to 6 years ago, and doing it in a professional part-time and full-time capacity. I started running my eBay store about 2 years now. 2 years of like using it as a primary source of income. Don't tell the IRS that. But I have noticed a significant issue with fear-mongering in the media and how it affects retail purchasing behaviors. So I'm not going to start a discussion about the political climate. That is not what this stream is for. But I will note that it has been intriguing that the same pattern I observed when the Russian war started, of when there's fear-mongering about a recession coming on, I definitely do not have as many buyers through my online stores. So I'm curious to see, based on the analytics of this auction, if that's reflected here. Because through my eBay store specifically, I have noticed this happening to the T, because when the tariff talks between US and Canada started, and it was heavily biased towards the US benefiting, I had a mass influx, a serious influx of US buyers. And then now that the tariff talks have shifted to a negative perspective for US buyers, now that it's shifted to the general public becoming more aware that it could put them into a recession and having a more difficult economic time, dead sales. dead sales. Like literally, it did not make an eBay sale this week, which is absurd for me. I sell at least a few items a week, usually a few a day. So the fact that it fell off so distinctly, and there's like tangible evidence of why, is very intriguing to me. Again, my professional career was in corporate communications and public relations. So, talking about politics, I have a great understanding of messaging. But it's a very more so the part of it that has always gotten my brain going is understanding these consumer habits and what little things about messaging can make people want to spend more money, less money, or spend it in a particular department. Stoned in the chat says, heard a thing saying that he can use his status card as a passport to go over to the States now. I have some kind of paperwork proving that I'm native. That's interesting. That's tricky. We'll save that for stream tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening, I'll be streaming with Stone. We'll be doing more of a lighthearted. I'll be playing video games with him. So, wow, we'll have a good talk about the passport talks. That's super. When you're talking about Trumpito, that's a tricky one. I'm so curious about why he would. I guess he. Yeah, I don't. We're gonna unbiased here. We're talking about my salesmanship. So shouts to all the new viewers on YouTube. I see that we got a whole bunch of people tuning in as this auction is ready to close. I want to remind you, see, we all got one like on the video, and I see multiple of you watching. That's sick though. That's really cool that you can go over and get them discounts. We got 10 minutes to the auction close, which is always, it's definitely not my computer. This is the one thing that so many little tricky things. Maybe it is my computer. My computer's like maybe a minute slow, but why would it be a minute slow? I'm just thrown off by the little idiosyncrasies of the Max Sold platform. It's lovely. I really enjoy the partnership that we have with them, but there's just like tiny little UI things that could change to make things more efficient. Say this hide closed lots button doesn't work. As they close, they don't hide. It doesn't hide them. Sometimes when bids are rolling in the last minute and it's extending the auction length because it's a soft close, it's very difficult to see the competition that's happening. Like you might not have the opportunity to be able to jump in. So if one of you buyers are watching this right now, I highly recommend you hit that heart button and you watch your auction watch list. And you can have me on in the background and listen to everything as it's closing, but keep a keen eye on what you know you want to fetch, because those are the key issues with the platform. It's like such a tiny UI thing that's an issue. And then watch, I always prefer dark reader when I'm streaming so that it's not just blasting you in the face with white light. But look, as soon as I put on dark reader, images gone. And it defeats the whole entire purpose of me doing a live stream. How am I supposed to, I can't show you what they look like when my dark reader's on. So that's a little, they got the dark reader issues a little bit. That's plug-in-y, that's me manipulating the website, so that's fair. But it's the fact that you have to watch list the items. They do seem to have that soft close issue. And then, yeah, I don't know. It's a very strange bug, Stone. I know, compared to the other auction websites, I'll switch over to the main window now since we're so close anyway, so you guys can listen to me ramble on the main platform. They hold high resolution images. The other auction platforms, they have competitors in the market, and they compress the images to all heck. They get real tiny. But the thing is, these hold not high resolution, but full resolution images. So I do suspect it's some sort of bug in the code with the high resolution images being able to present themselves based on like the variables presented through the Chromium plugins. But now if you're not a computer geek, it's I'm literally speaking gibberish. if you're unaware, it's like you use Google Chrome, right? I'm using Google Chrome. But even when you're not, Chromium is the coding language that Google Chrome uses. It's like the platform that it's hosted on. So if you don't have your Chromium stuff programmed appropriately to deal with images, text, whatever, that can cause communication errors that will make it so it bugs out and doesn't show the images. But that's why when you design a website, it is ultimately better to do it through WordPress, because WordPress still uses PHP and However, it is much more affordable and way more efficient to use a drag and drop builder such as Squarespace. Put on the PR voice when I can. So it looks like at least we got the $1 bids in at the beginning. I'm getting a little excited. I'm getting antsy. I hope you are too, chat. I hope everyone watching the stream, whether you're a newbie or a regular, are just as excited as I am. We got a lot. I might have to... Maybe we shrink this a little bit so we can see more of them. And then I'll move the OBS a little bit for y'all. Oh, that's way too much. That's not good for you. That's still not good for you. We'll go with this. That's the right... Yeah, that's a good width. And then I'll take you guys and we'll slide you over a little bit left. I'll have to fix this for later, but that's okay. Bring you over a little bit that way. There you go. Yeah, the weirdest bug. But this hide lots is the one that's most inefficient for my live streaming, and I imagine this affects consumers as well. It's got a slot so that as the auctions close, the items are supposed to disappear, but they do not disappear. You have to keep a keen eye onto what's going. So first, it doesn't look like we're getting much more competition for my mini flag or the painting, but I am intrigued to see if anyone hops in. The toys and some of the other stuff, fair. The antique wooden box is what I would see getting some competition last minute, as well as the Aladdin lunchbox that we have in the middle here. This Brutalist sailboat decor, unless Patty's doing something on the sly and bidding on it at his house, then I think I'm about to win that bet on the Brutalist. I'm all for it. Oh, it looks like the Millennium glasses got a little bit more competition, which I am all for. But, oh, and so did my stained glass pendant light, which is fantastic. Squash rackets, at least selling. Shock absorbers, fair. I could see there not being much competition for that. And the Elvis watch also did get bid up. We are now looking at the Justice League lunchbox. Got a few more bids. Guitar Hero Live wasn't selling before, so at least someone's taking that home. We got Black Panther figurines Funko. I just needed to clear from my inventory, so all of these busts, unfortunately, low ticket value, but at least they're out of here. Someone else can enjoy them, and I appreciate that highly. The ginger ale bottles, I thought there'd be more competition on. Poached egg pan, the Indian sign makes sense. Pressed brass bucket. The psychology hat is definitely getting some more competition. Paintings seem to be mid. Paintings seem to be like we really need to sort out how to sell our paintings and where. And then as we'll see as the auction presses on is clothing. It looks like just no clothing in auctions. Patty's like, no. About the Brutalist thing? Yeah, I could see that. Hard shell case, I'm happy it went in there. I am very curious to see if the electric organ receives a couple more bids. Also, the electric acoustic guitar has been sitting at $232 since almost the day that the auction opened. So I am quite curious to see if someone pops in and provides some competition for this item. Creative Records, at least someone's going to enjoy it. Meh, you know what I mean? The wooden tower for the 35 CDs, that's a big W for someone. Even if you sell them $250 a piece, you're generating mad profit. Again, these paintings, not so hot. tools. We're getting into the tools. These couplings didn't do well in the past, so I'm not overly surprised. But these drill sets, again, we're going to have to hit up the alleyways in Toronto. We're going to get all the old Portuguese and all the old Italians in the city, which is going to be like, yo, you got tools? We buy tools. We buy tools. Get another lozenge just in case. I'm going to get prepared. Feeling way better now that the fan's not blasting me in the throat and I got some fresh air. And yeah, Patty agrees. Patty agrees. Because I know Patty put some serious time into the close on this one, and I was hesitant. I didn't feel like it was worth chastising him about, because I think it was worth the second try, because he did lot them up well. But the fact that there's zero effing interest. We are going to be vending in person at markets soon. And it looks like what we're going to do with the close, we'll put the high ticket items in our retail location that we have at a business that I prefer not to advertise at the moment, just because of how they have been communicating as of late. But we will be popping up at the Sunday Variety Market at St. Lawrence Market, as well as Trinity Bellwoods Park in person. And when we're at Trinity Bellwoods, all those clothing lots that you saw, we'll just have in a bucket. It's like $5 a piece. Just take it, clear it out. And same ethics, like the idea of that process is so that someone can actually utilize it. Okay, so maybe you do find something that's worth much more than those $5, but it could also be putting clothes on someone's back who may not have had that opportunity. So auction is about to start closing in 1 minute, y'all. I'm dropping the lozenge. I'm getting ready. I hope you're getting hyped. I hope your trigger figure's ready. And again, I want to remind everyone, because of the flaws in Max Sold, if there's something that you want specifically, make sure you hit that heart button and you put it on the auction watch list, okay? The auction watch list will save your behind to ensure that you can get what you want. That's the only bug on this platform, is sometimes it will be hard to see the competition. So if you want something, I highly recommend now you do that, because we have 20 seconds left, okay? I'm taking my sips and we're getting ready to go into high speed mode. Now look at me, I'm censoring myself. I'm doing a good job. Okay, 6 seconds left. Closing about to begin. The beginning paintings all closed. $2, $3, $2 on the mini Saskatchewan flag. Now we've got the old dollhouse, and no one wants the miniatures and the Formula One pieces. The large wooden box, which has $21, and it's a dovetail storage box with locking latches. So this bad boy right here, was definitely handcrafted. Someone made this in the past. It's got really cool vintage latches on it. So $21, it's a steal. It's a good addition to your garage, to any type of workspace. I would love to see that in a workshop, like woodworking, machinist, anything of that sort. Dollhouse, I can accept that fate. Porcelain disc insulator, I was already skeptical about, but I'm glad to see it's at least finding a good home. That insulated cooler bag may also be a good reseller's dream, but we'll have to see. And we've got $6 on the Aladdin lunchbox with a minute left, as well as the tin toy box. Let's hope someone's getting the toy box alongside the lunchbox, because those are a fun duo. And the Maglite, 2 flashlights, 2 high quality flashlights, about to go for $5. No competition on the antique wooden dovetail storage box. Well, fair. I'll accept that. Come on, y'all. If you're in the chat right now, I gotta remind you, drop a like on the YouTube video, subscribe to NarleyMedia. This is something that we do on a monthly basis, and I will be hosting another auction reaction stream next week. So if you're enjoying what you see, there's plenty more to come with our amazing compatriots that we work with, Acorn Auctions Hamilton, who offer international shipping to the US of A and Canada on their items. But I digress. Right now we're focused on us, where we do local pickups in Toronto. And if you're winning any of these items, you're going to get to see me in person, as well as my business partner, Patty. He does most of the talking because he is a very friendly individual. Okay. So we got those items closing at $6, $5. The toy box going. At least they're finding a good home. That's all good with me. Closed. Get Time magazine. I have no idea what to do with those 1960s magazines. I may provide them to someone who does scrapbooking because they are super cool, super unique, but no one on the internet wants them. I've had them in my eBay store, and there is no competition. This MCM style brutalist sailboat decor, $11. I'm about to win a free 6-pack of beer thanks to my bet with Patty. I suspected that it wouldn't go as appreciated. It is a very cool piece. I really appreciate what it is. It's handmade, so if you actually want it, I would say you should put a few more bucks in it. Oh, we're under 14 bucks. See, this is what I'm saying about the platform. See, there's competitions going on. I'm not seeing it, so we're going to have to drop a little. We're going to have to hide closed lots and refresh it. So it seems like the money's going up. Yeah, he got pushed. We got some competition. I might not win this bet yet. So shouts out to the chat. Thank you for everyone getting involved because it seems like some folks are listening, all right? The Millennium 2000 Crystal Champagne glasses. If you don't get them now, we're going to be selling them retail. So this is the time to get them. The Aladdin lunchbox also jumped up a little bit. And the antique solid wood nesting tables. Very cool piece. Only for $4, $6. See? Again, the only complaint about this platform, come on, Maxold, hook it up. Make my life easier. We got the Golden Swan Ornate Ceramic Lamp, $2. The Stained Glass Pendant Light with Globe. Winner, chicken dinner. We'll see. I'll have to, we're gonna clear. $17? Okay, it looks like I'm about to win it. The trio of gold frames going for $0. $7 on the Millennium glasses. The wood starter actually got a little bit of competition, going up to $14. And now for $6, we have the vintage / antique solid wood nesting tables. And my lamps, bro. My lamps, come on. You know what? Look at the stained glass pendant light. This is something you could hang this above a pool table. You could put this in a house. This thing is a beautiful little piece of architecture. We do have another one available, and that one will be coming up in an upcoming auction. So if you miss out on this one, there will be another one. PR cord in pocket square, $14. No, it's already at 17, dog. It's already at 17. You got to hit that hide closed lots and refresh it, bro. $20. There's some competition. People want the brutalist. I might lose yet. I hope you guys are trying to make Patty win this bet because that means you are watching this live stream right now, and I'm grateful for your presence regardless. So we're going to go back to 120. We're going to hide the closed lots. No, not most bids. I want closing soon. Oh, my God. Okay, sorry, y'all. Oh, my gosh. I think I got a little bit of spring allergies. Oh, my gosh. I can't keep my throat clear. Black Panther ran it up. I'm surprised at that. Justice League lunchbox. You're getting a good lunchbox for $3. Even the Funko lots went up. Cabbage Patch Kids Fair and the antique wooden skis. We've got a little bit of competition going on with the antique wooden skis, which is good to see. Look at that rhyme. I'm potent, didn't even know it. Over under $20. Hey, come on. You can't be changing the bet scales now. Come on, dog. Over under 20 bucks? Over under 20 bucks? Let's see. I'll open it in a new tab to see if we're lagging. We're on 20 bucks right now. Let's see. Watch. It's going to be one of our friends who actually has the competition. We got 17 seconds left on that. I'm going to refresh the lots just to double check based on that high ticket competition that we have going on. 15 seconds left on the Brutalist Sailboat Decor. You're about to win, baby, a 6-pack if you don't bid it up at the moment. Guitar Hero Live Fair. I've sat on that bad boy for a while. Let's see this. What are we looking at today? And everyone, oh, bidding was extended. What is it? Closed, but bidding was extended. Did it go up? Did it go up? And, oh, I won the bet. So thank you for participating, everyone. If you do want to see content like that, remember to follow me on Instagram at Gnarly, NARLEY_media on Instagram. And you can see Patty's pop-ups in the chat. The same way that it's spelled on there, is how you can follow him on Instagram. He is one of my favorite business partners that I've ever had. He is a sweet soul, he's a genuine human, and he's a fantastic father. That is why he's not here today. You will see him at future streams, and I'm very grateful for him to participate. He's going to get another from Bed Bath & Beyond, so maybe that one will be worth over $50. So if you didn't get your brutalist painting today, there will be more after he goes to the retail store and purchases us some more. But I want to remind everyone that I am teasing. I am teasing. That was the bit from the meme. That was the bit. Collectible bust, Army of Two, disappointing. These are all meh, but I accept it. This is part of the risk of putting things into the auction. The Tyco. I thought the Tyco would get a little bit more competition on the close. We're looking at $20 for what is damn near a vintage remote control car. It's kind of badass. I feel like that's censor worthy. I can say badass and still be PG. I don't know. Y'all sound off. If you want me to be a little bit more censored, I can. Ooh, I seen something got bid up. Oh, the skis got bid up and the Army of Two. So thank you guys. That is a limited edition collectible bust. So that is fantastic to see. The front door mats. Ooh, the Canada's hockey. It ran up to $5. That thing was lower earlier when we started the day. You had 25 seconds left on that if you're interested in anything else. And I do want to remind all the buyers that if you are highly interested in something, the auction watch list, you got to drop the hearts and watch that watch list. If you want to listen to the general items close, this is where you hang out with Bailey. Hang out with Bailey. I'll tell you everything as it closes. You watch that watch list, okay? Because sometimes the competition can get missed. So all of those paintings, those doormats are about to go. The Tyco closed for $20. We've got $19 on the skis, but I did see that we had some competition. So are they going to stay at $19 is the big question today. And it looks like something's jumping around. It actually hit the closed lots for me finally. So shouts out to Max Sold. Maybe we're getting a little bit of attention from the developers. Thank you very much for that. The Canada Dry Ginger Ale. We got the 10-ounce bottles about to close for $1. At least they're finding a new home. The Copper Egg Poacher Pot with 5 holders and a metal handle. This guy was, again, a thing. We couldn't figure out what it was. We thought it was like for coating golf balls or something. So it's a unique piece of history, and this red work quilt, hand-stitched, turn of the century, $56. It deserves to get the love that it's getting. The item link isn't opening, so let's hope that means it got bid up. We're gonna clear it. We're gonna refresh. We're gonna see if anything's running it up. It seems like the skis closed for that bid up price. We've got the quilt. Okay, fine. 15 seconds. You don't want to add more? I'm not gonna judge you. We got the hanging copper plant pot. That alkaline. You care about alkaline? You worry about city tap water? That's the plant pot for you. The ceramic Fowler phrenology head. That say those words together. Phrenology and psychology. This guy, it's actually secretly worth a bunch more, so you're getting it for a steal. It's a great decorative piece for a house. If you're a psychology student, I highly recommend it. The Indian motorcycles thing. Okay, closed for $10. Hanging copper pot. We got the 10-inch brass bucket. That bad boy went for $9. That's fantastic. We're also looking at some of the more rare glasses heading into our instrument section where we've got some of the high ticket items. And it seems as if the Seagull acoustic guitar went up to $260, which is where it should be appreciated. I know Patty in the past. Patty, my business partner, is a musician. So not only did he purchase this guitar for his own use, he was a busker. So he used to use it on the street with little additional amps, right? So that's a fantastic piece for both the acoustic volume of it as well as the ability to plug it in and play for others. And what I was concerned about was this electric organ. I wasn't disappointed about the value, but this thing has been sitting at $50 and it's at $190. Oh my God, Max Sold. Come on, I'm trying to do my announcing job. It's going at $190 and you're not telling me. Oh my gosh, where did it even go? $190. Yeah, wow, Max Sold. Come on. That jumped up real quick. We got some competition for a serious organ here. And if you're getting that organ, you may as well get the instrument folding rack. with the Seagull now at $293. So along with that feel-good story, you can get your air travel approved hard shell electric bass kit. So it's looking up, folks. I'm so glad to see that you guys got some interest in this. And I appreciate you joining me for this live stream, because I see we got plenty of folks jumping in on the YouTube. And I want to remind you that the best way to participate is to subscribe. And I see there's still only a like or two on the video. If you're watching, don't be afraid to hit that thumbs up button, okay? So we're gonna refresh, because as we've seen, Max Sold is a little unreliable to see how expensive these items are going for. We got 190 with 23 seconds left on the electric organ. Again, folks, if you really want this item, you got 10 seconds left. You got to hit that heart button to add it to the watch list so that you can make sure that you're getting it at the price you want it at, because 190 is wild, and that's so good that it's going to a home that is going to get enjoyed upon. And we've got 2 seconds left, and it looks like, god dang, okay? See, I censored myself again. 190, that's a good closing price. Okay, folks, we've also got the electric bass kit getting bid up, and now the Seagull acoustic guitar going up to $303. Okay, y'all? Congrats on these winners. I'm glad to see you guys competing in the chat. These are high ticket items. These are very high quality made as well, okay? So you're not just coming home with a piece of junk. This is something that not only will retain value, it's something that you can like use for eternity and speaks to our storytelling passions with this hustle. We want you to take something home that you're going to appreciate and utilize. And it looks like, again, the bids are delayed because it is at $313 now. So we've got some serious competition going on for these pieces. The guitar just keeps going up alongside the bass case. We've got a lot of things closing, and I'm moving at maximum pace right now. It's a good thing. I gotta make sure I have lozenges on hand. It seems like this is gonna be the clutch part for a stream. Okay, so we've got the coloring booklets going for $1. We got 35 CDs in the tower. We got the metal magazine record stand. If you're already buying some of the magazines in the auction, you may as well hop onto that as well. So we're looking at the 6X piano music books going for $3. Some of the art, hey, you're getting a steal on the art, but at least they're getting bids in. I'm so happy to see that. And we have the table lamp coming up for $11. It's a fantastic little table lamp. We're gonna refresh because we're to see, have you guys created more competition on this guitar? Ooh, it looks like we got 15 seconds. Maybe not, maybe not. We got the hard shell probably sold as well. 10 seconds left on this bad boy. Let's see, does anyone bid it up? What are we looking at? What are we looking at? I am taking a sip of water because I hope you can admire how fast I'm moving, okay? Woo! We got a lot of the music books coming up as well. Remember, folks, even if you're participating in the wheat juice, you got to make sure you hydrate at the same time. It's only good for your vocal cords as well as your body. Shouts to Aleem for dropping in the chat. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thank you, everyone. I do remind you, don't be afraid to participate. I do see what you're saying, even though I'm moving so fast. I hope you won some of so we still got some of the dishes coming up. Oh, and it looks like his guitar's gone up to $323, which is fantastic to see. Look at that rhyming that I just did. Okay, so the standing, I think I like the standing stream. Even when Patty's here, maybe we do a standing. Maybe we bounce up and down a little bit. Oh, we got a couple closing. Fair prices, fair prices. Oh, the Crate of Records went for $10, so great addition to a collection for an affordable price. We're gonna refresh the settings. And again, we're going to have to talk to Max Sold about this. I really hope they update that in the future because I'm sure this is a client-side issue as well. $333, exactly. See, a $10 increase on that bid, and I wasn't able to catch it. Songbirds. So there's definitely someone walking away from this auction with a whole bunch of art, which is, I'm glad it's going to somewhere that it is appreciated. I want to remind everyone that I do simulcast. So I'm on Twitch, I'm on Kick, I'm on YouTube. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, drop a subscription on the YouTube channel and don't be afraid to add a thumbs up to that video. I've been watching mad people. It almost went up to 10 viewers on a consistent basis. I still only see 1 thumbs up. Hit that like button, okay? Now, the paintings are about to go. The guitar, I am hesitant No, it's not over yet. Link is pinned in the YouTube description. If you're located in Toronto, we do local pickups. So if you want to participate, it is pinned in the YouTube chat. Don't be afraid to click the link and drop in. You are cutting it close. We're about halfway through. There's 45 minutes left. We've had some of our high-ticket items already get processed through. Now we're looking at the rest of our auction lots clearing, and we're heading into some of the tool lots now that are definitely not doing as good as they had for us in the past, but they are showing that they have a equivalent desire. The hilarious one is the hacksaws, and not only have we had issues with saws in the past, Patty even simplified the title. He tried not even to complicate it. He just wrote hacksaws, and still no gosh darn bids, which is a wild thing to see. But yes, the auction link has both been reposted by the bot on Twitch as well as Kick, and you can catch it in the pinned comment on YouTube. The Seagull electric guitar, 333, 10 seconds left, 5 seconds left. What are we closing at? What a round number. That's dope to see. I'm so excited. I hope it finds a good home. It's definitely going to be loved just as much as it was previously. Wow, I should have been an auctioneer in a past life. Shop Fox multi-purpose work table, 30 seconds left. This was one of our high-ticket items when we started the auction. With all of these lots adding up, you could definitely start up a little workshop in your garage. So if you're getting one of them, you may as well get the rest of them. And I'm hoping you're adding a little bit of competitiveness, because that sandpaper, bro, this is a lot of sandpaper, bro. Talk about running out of words, huh? The portable light is probably one of the cooler parts. Portable lights, if you've ever worked construction or any type of hobby, you know how much of a hassle it is sometimes. That's a great little unit to be winning for $1. See, sometimes it's hiding the lot, sometimes it's not updating the prices, but we rock with the flow either way. This is your stream with Bay. We got a bucket of tools going for $11 alongside a Ryobi 3/8 of an inch 10mm corded drill and bit set. The Mastercraft screwdriver lot, which is I mean, that's a good for loose screwdrivers. Something to be happy about. $14, can't complain. Driveway rollers. I myself might have to be refinishing a driveway, so if anything, you're taking a W that I missed. If I knew we had driveway rollers, I should have snagged them ahead of time. And this exit device, it is one of those chinks that you put on the escape doors of your exit for your commercial facilities. This bad boy wasn't hitting this high ticket before. So $8, it's definitely worth a lot more, whether you're reselling it or installing it in your commercial unit. But I'm glad to see that someone is appreciating how much it is worth. Hacksaws, big fail as always. Is that Vince offer? I take 3 ShamWows. Yeah, okay, yeah. Hit me. We ain't got no slap chops, dog, but I got almost everything else on the market if you need it. Hacksaws, we got a bucket of tools. Bucket tools going for $14. These tables, these Blackwood Cafe tables, looks like we're gonna have to donate them or find a probably a charity that needs them. It's unfortunate. They are good pieces, but it looks like we took a little bit of an L on hoping that people would be enjoying them for their home. We've got a solid wood side entry media table going for $7, and that vintage ice box, $1. Incredibly unique piece. Not going anywhere. Whatever. Hopefully, you $1 buyer, I appreciate you coming through. Take it off our hands, bro. Take it off our hands, because otherwise, what are we going to do with that ice box? The solid wood side table and magazine rack. Okay, that's $35. I'm surprised it didn't get bid up. This was one of the most competitive items when we started. How do auctioneers do it? Oh my gosh. I'm drinking. You see this cup? This solo cup is as big as my head. I've probably gone through an entire cup. I'm gonna be getting up 4 times tonight. Okay. So you better thank me for my good job. Best way to do that is to subscribe to the YouTube channel, alright? So we've got the hallway / bathroom storage cabinet. We've got a vintage antique icebox refrigerator about to close. The IKEA table, at least it's a buck, it's getting out of here. The modular display rack is about to go as well. And we've got the solid wood side entry / media table. Oh, it looks like we got a little bit more competition on the wooden sleigh as well as the fancy table that we're hoping for. The poker table was the one that I'm the hoarder in me. I really want the poker table, but I'm never going to use it. We got a dumpster with room. Hey, maybe we do put it by the dumpster and do a good old buns call, pals call. Let people know that it's for taking, and then they can also get all the couches that we've thrown in the dumpster. Billiards. So a lot of these, you're getting the steals. We're at the steals part of the auction, but at least they're finding a good home rather than just taking up space. And again, we talked to you about the ethics of this business, that it's not necessarily about us maximizing profits. It's about ensuring that these things find a good home for our clients, okay? What are we looking at? What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Magazines, we're into the steals. At least someone's buying my decorative glass plate. Nothing of big value coming up in the immediate run, but hopefully some of these things get run off. This Disney bag, badass, $4. We've got the National Geographic maps coming up for $14, so those also got bid up. So it seems like we've got some tasteful folks in this auction. The Nikon Coolpix did jump up to $55 when it was formerly only $50. This Kodak carousel, someone's about to get a steal for a slide projector, which is good on you if you like the history of the artistic pieces. Things aren't going too crazy, so that's all good. That's all good. We got the high ticket items out of the way, and we are going to clear these lot listings and refresh to see where we're at the moment. Shouts out to Patty. I hope everyone in his home is having a fantastic evening. He is my business partner. That is P-A-D-D-Y of Patty Z. This is what happens when you're an amateur auctioneer. That is P-A-D-D-Y of Patty's Pop-Ups. He is the business partner that I run these auctions with. And my name is Bailey, otherwise known as NarleyMedia, or Grandma's Dead Stock is my eBay store title. And that is where I list our more premium items that hold a online desire. Now, this vintage retro dining table did come out of one of the first estates we cleared. And I wouldn't say I was pessimistic, but I thought it would go for more than $13.98. But same values. I'm sure it went to a nice home. We've got the magazine lot going for $1. That is fair. The solid wood side table definitely got a little bit more competition. I really thought whoever was going to buy the Saskatchewan flag would buy the Alberta Anniversary mini flag. And now we've got the hallway bathroom storage cabinet running it up at $47. This bad boy was sitting quite low until the auction start. And this kind of works in any type of home. It's like structured tube, IKEA style, but not necessarily as cheap. So that's intriguing. I'm glad it's going to the right place. This jewelry box, I have not been able to find anyone to buy this jewelry box. Just take it off of me for $1. Get it out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. We had the World War II standard issue travel cup. The Watkins, $1. It was for $0 before, and the rat traps. Whatever. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. They were in my inventory for a while. These lots are kind of like me being early into the hustle, and like not sure. If you look them up, they technically retain value, but I dare you to find someone who's going to buy cattle salve in Toronto, you know what I mean? So that's why I got put in the auction house. Thought maybe we'd get someone who appreciated it more, but it is what it is. It's part of the game, okay? So these piggy banks also definitely going into the smash pile. One day we're either going to do a rage room, or we are going to make a fantastic YouTube video about smashing all of our broken vintage and antiques. We'll probably get a lot of hate comments, but you're only going to run up our viewership. Rat traps unused. The Canadian coin lots, definitely not going for as much as I wanted in terms of the coins, but at the same time, when I'm able to sort out 4 lots in under 5 minutes. This isn't necessarily great, but that's 5 minutes of time. Add the photography, spend 20 minutes on it. In terms of managing your business and labor hours, it's still effective. The stamp booklet got a little bit of bid. That wasn't at 410 before. Oh, it's at 510 now. We got some competition, and max sold is again deceiving me. No one cares about the Pope. No one cares about the Pope. We got to figure out what to do about that. We got to donate the Pope to a church. But I do not like the Catholic Church, but that's a discussion for when I am not doing my business stream. The National Geographic maps also seem to get a little bit more competition at $14. They are great antique pieces. We got a 1947 map, 1954 map, and a 1950 something else map. Samsung OG cell phone. See this bad boy? The thing is it doesn't resell too well, so I hope you get it for set deck or a cool piece of nostalgia. This micro cassette recorder also super interesting. Doesn't necessarily resell well. We've got recorders on all of our phones, so I do totally understand and relate why you may not want it. But if you actually want to create a tech library, that's a keynote piece. If you're trying to like set up, like I want an old laptop, I want an old phone, I want an old this, that's like you have to add that cassette recorder. We're resetting. We're clearing. Stamps went up to $6. We got a little bit of stamp competition today. We got some stamp steaminess, one would say. The coin lots are about to close out. We hit about $10 with them. So again, in terms of my capacity, makes a little bit of sense. This Disney bag, the Little Mermaid, minor blemish on the leather handle. But if you care about the Little Mermaid, it's a cute little seashell. It does have great decorative pattern to it. Looks like all of our coins closed. The stamp competitions have also let up a little bit, and our National Geographic maps are running it up. These cable boxes going in the dumpster after, I'll tell you that right now. And now we're looking at the OEM Sony cardioid microphone, as well as the Nikon 35mm film photography camera. It is a beautiful piece, very stunning. These are all Bailey's photographs, so let me brag about how pretty they are. No disrespect to Patty, I'm just gonna say. But I'm quite happy. This is the great product photography. I'm stroking my own ego here. With the Nikon Coolpix coming up right after it. And someone's about to get that Kodak slide projector for $1. If you guys, again, get that cassette recorder alongside this Kodak carousel slide projector, which is in pristine condition, you're about to have an entire library of old visual media technology. And this is again why we value what we do, because at least it's going to go to a home that is loved and appreciated. Okay, so y'all may be getting a steal off of us for $1, but we're going to keep on grinding either way, and we appreciate your presence. I do want to remind everyone that I do simulcast, so I'm on Twitch, I'm on Kick, I'm on YouTube, and the best way to support me right now is subscribing to my YouTube channel under the same name of any of the platforms that you're watching this on. We're about to run it up, and then once I get the channel monetized, we're going to pay for an editor, okay? So shouts to y'all. We do host these auctions every single month, and there's only going to be more variety introduced as we go. We're already getting more corporate clients. We're already getting more commercial clients, and the residential clients was our first $10,000 auction of 2025. So shouts to y'all. You'll see a video coming out of that soon. And now we have these cameras closing. We've got the Nikon L135AF closing for $24, and this Nikon Coolpix seems to be generating a bit of competition because it's now at $70, and max sold is deceiving me. Good thing I knew to check. It seems like their bandwidth is definitely overloaded on their website, but that is no discredit to them because they do provide an amazing service to us as partners with this platform. So I hope whoever is getting our slide projector is also getting the slide projector storage and accessories combo. And this is a unique piece of photography history, the Waltz micrometer exposure meter, which is, again, before you had to use your digital camera where it would just tell you the ISO and automatically adjust how bright your photograph should be. You had to use one of these little dinky devices, and it would tell you exactly the parameters that you had to set your camera off at. Tripod, probably going alongside it, probably going alongside the camera. The TVs, all that, kind of fair, kind of fair. Do we have any high ticket items coming up for the end of our auction? It looks like we've got a little bit more competition on some of the household items. Do we have anything big coming up? It looks like the clothing racks are going for a lot, but no one still wants the clothes, which is very unfortunate. And this bag boy golf cart, what the hell? I can rant about that later. Now is not the time. It looks like it's just give up on that bad boy. Maybe if not, I will use it for parts for my own golf cart. And now we've got the carousel closing in 12 seconds. So someone's about to get their first slide projector of their life for $2, which is quite a steal. Quite a steal if I do say so myself. Wow, I am talking so fast. Oh, I'm so glad I have experience doing this. We got the Nikon Coolpix, $75. It's got 15 seconds, 10 seconds. There's no way it sits there. $75. All that competition is going for $75? Okay, fair enough. TVs, no one wants plasma TVs. Maybe we'll put it out at the curb and someone else will enjoy it. We've got a $9 Insignia 32-inch LED TV with remote going for $9 as well. And I mean, you may as well get the media console. The media console came out of the same estate that we picked the TVs out of. You'd be surprised. It was a affluent family, and not only did they have multiple TVs, they had multiple TV stands, and that was some of the tables that you saw on display for this auction today. We've got the HP DeskJet. I told there's another Bay Patty argument. These printers, they're worse than cars, bro. You buy a printer, it depreciates in value as soon as you take it off the lot. I even a warning for the other folks who are casual participants in reselling. I gotta fix this up because I'm back at most bids. I gotta go closing soon. I gotta go hide close the lots. We're back at the top. But these printers, man, you buy those bad boys for $300-400 1 year, nothing. $20. It's such a disappointing operation. You found the remote for the VCR, the GE VCR. We've got the RCA 4-head tested VCR. It did function, it turned on, it took tapes. We just did not plug it into a TV. So if you guys want this VCR, we will likely provide you the remote on the house. A little bit of an extra addition there to spice things up. This Black & Decker coffee makers, also very fair. When we moved into our warehouse space, we had like 500 of them. I'm exaggerating, but way too many. So if y'all don't want them, hopefully they'll go to a good cause. $85 for the Nikon Coolpix. Very fair deal. We're now closing at $85. Fantastic. So we got a little bit of competition. So someone bought the unboxed coffee maker, but didn't want the boxed coffee maker, which is whatever. Fair to you. Do your thing. Do your thing. We ain't judging around here. But the kitchen accessories lot about to go for $29 versus the espresso cups and saucers. It looks like we do have some desire in kitchen accessories, which is to note, to go alongside our tools hustle. Definitely don't want to put out flyers offering people that we want to buy their kitchen accessories. But still good too, because then maybe we clear out an estate and we just batch them all up in a nice little medium-sized lot, you know. And I hope the standing auction is helping. I feel like I'm more hyped. It's just hard to look at the camera and read the screen at the same time. Maybe I need to figure out a way. I need to get you guys centralized a little bit more. But that's for my own media production resolutions. Okay, so what are we looking at now? Kitchen accessory lot about to close for $29. Let's refresh to see if there's any competition on that one, y'all. $29. You get a bunch of kitchen accessories. We've also got the large stainless steel stock pot with glass lid closing for $7.55. Someone was a smart bidder and added the cents to their maximum bid. You see that? You see that pun? They added a smart bidder added the sense. You know, we got something going there. Come on, me and you, Ryan's in this. I thought this was a thing. um, the fine porcelain set about to close. We've got the aluminum baking rack. The baking rack, $14. Again, that was something that was sitting lower before we started. In terms of our sell rate, we got a high percentage of sell rate, and that is something that me and Patty are seeking in totality. It is unfortunate that you guys are, maybe some of y'all missed out on some great deals, but maybe some of y'all should show up when our auction starts. We do have an email list where we announce everything that happens. So when you visit us in person to pick up these pieces, don't be afraid to sign up, because we'll let you know directly when each one of these are launching, okay? Now, mixing bowls and baking dishes, aluminum baking rack. It seems like we had a little bit of competition for these bad boys because the large roasting pot and service tray are about to go. So let's refresh. Let's see. Do they actually close with the 5 seconds left? Add $10, $11. No more competition. All right, y'all. If that's what you're saying. If that's what you're saying, I can believe that. The coolers, okay, $9, $10. I was hoping for a little bit more, but that's very fair. And this Danby was also bid up at the beginning, but it was not that high either. And we've got the Outward Hound pet gear booster car seat. I am running my mouth a mile a minute. I would love an AI bot to tell me how many words I said in this entire stream, because that is the part that gets wild to me. And now we're looking at the aluminum baking rack, about to close for $14.10, and we've got the mixing bowls and the baking dish closing for $8, as well as a lot of cooking pots and accessories for $11. I hope they found a good home. I know the homie Aleem RM in the chat was looking forward to securing some of these household accessories. So I'm rooting for you, buddy. I'm rooting for you. We've also got the wine accessories starter kit. It is a little outdated, but it is fancy pants. It is quite cool, okay? It looks like the Danby received a little bit more competition and got pushed with a soft close option that Max Sold does host. So if a bid comes in the last minute to 30 seconds, the bidding does get extended. So if you're missing your opportunity, don't be afraid, because it does get pushed. I would recommend that whenever you're on this platform, though, you hit the heart button and add to your auction watch list, which you can see in the top right corner right there. And now we are looking at the Safe Heat ceramic fan heater, about to go for $9 with a faux floral arrangement. I did not see Patty add the floral arrangements, I will say that, but I'm glad to see someone's appreciating them. That is jokes and fantastic at the same time. Dog accessories add up a little lower than our average that we want, but still appreciative. The plastic transfer bench, complete in box. If I knew I had that, I would have shipped that out to my pops who would have utilized it. But that is not a problem, because that is another example of an item that is going to go to a good home, because there's no way you're buying this transfer bench and not using it for a good purpose. Drive brand, bathroom safety, lightweight, something. It can go up to 400 pounds. Wow, that's a good capacity. I just want to remind everyone I do simulcast. So I'm on Twitch, I'm on Kick, I'm on YouTube, and don't be afraid to drop a subscription to the YouTube channel if you want to hook it up. Danby about to close. Damn near $25. We got some smart bidders out here dropping the cents rather than the buckaroos, so that they get the drop on their competition. For the small dog travel bag, the Outward Hound pet gear, booster car seat, blankets and curtain panels, lace embroidery collection, fair enough. The folding walker, I presume, is going to go with the buyer, but the transfer bench, which did get a bid up actually, and the latex-free Bluetooth blood pressure cuff. Bluetooth is very interesting for that. We've also got a Bluetooth smart scale, which had some bids at the beginning, but got bid up to $11, alongside the Bob Bliss hair dryer. I almost jumbled up the words so bad on that one. And the clothes, the big L's on the clothes. Someone take my bag boy golf cart. I just want it out of here now. Take my bag boy golf cart. Get it off my hands. Put it on Marketplace, and if no one wants it on Marketplace, I want it gone. Take that bag boy. Bag boy, you like golfing? You don't have a golf cart? It's a high quality golf cart. Just rock with it. Just don't worry. Your boys won't make fun of you. It's antique. It's antique. That's what you got to tell them. The Outward Hound about to close. The Small Dog Travel Bag about to close for $14 each. So that is a damn near 30 buckaroos. And a lot of things have been closing. The Danby dehumidifier and the other household dehumidifier are about to close. So we got some dehumidifying going on in the house. And the transfer bench, no more competition on it, it seems. Do we have anything with a bidding extension? No, we don't at the moment, it seems like. The pair of straight iron hair clamps. Aren't they just straight irons? Ceramic straight iron 10-inch hair straightener with automatic sense control system. Connor, well-known brand. Whatever NP is as well. So hop in on that while you have the opportunity. We've got those dehumidifiers closing. The Weight Guru's Bluetooth Smart Scale. $14. That thing ran it up from the original auction settings. And so did the modern kimono with the decorative cushion. I don't know if it's a cushion, dog. Where's the cushion? Oh, it does have a pillow. Oh, it's got the seating cushion. Okay. Alright, my bad. I shouldn't be questioning my business partner like that. He does know what he's doing in a very high capacity. Seems like we've got a lot of competition going on there. Again, everyone, most of these streams you tune into, if you're liking what you're seeing, Patty of Patty's Pop-Ups does usually participate with me, but he is at home dealing with a wonderful child and some even more fantastic family, and I am grateful to be able to participate in this business alongside him. And it looks like the Danby 14 liter did get another bid because that thing ran it up while the other dehumidifiers did sell. We've got flexible padded hair curler and rollers going for $2, as well as the Swiss Gear backpack got bid up to $6. Very interesting. I have a high suspicion that this kimono is definitely, it's going to go for more than $25, and I would love to see you guys run it up. Love to see you guys run this kimono up. There's no way it only goes for $25. Somehow I am highly suspicious of this case. Okay, so we're going to refresh the listings because I'm suspicious. Max Hold has been betraying me all day. So let's see. The Danby exactly about to close at $36. A very, very decent price. Those things retail for much more than that. So I hope it's going to a good home where you can appreciate it. And the clothing racks going for $14. That is also something that I hope is going to a reseller who will appreciate it. And it seems like no one wants the golf stuff. Which is fine by me. Fine by me. I'm not sad. Just maybe you should put $1 in and take the golf cart off my hands. But I'm not sad. Okay, I'm fine. I'm doing okay. We've got the Medical Deluxe folding walker about to sell. Looks like the kimono I was incorrect about. Did not get any additional bids. The clothing is going to be put in a bin and sold in person at Trinity Bellwoods Park in Toronto, Canada. So if you want any of these clothing pieces on the low, whatever price you offer, they'll be in a bin. You roll up, you grab the ones you like, send us some cash, and they're yours. Walk out the door, take them away, resell them, gift them to a family friend. We just want them to find a good home rather than be put into the dump. Otherwise, maybe we'll donate them. Maybe we'll find a place. But that's a whole rant for another day. A lot of those drop bins, you don't even know. They sell them to other folks like us who then just throw them out. Okay, so what we ideally we'll give them to you for $2 so they don't just get thrown out. But rant for another day. Okay, the Danby ran it up to $42. We got some people down for the Danby. We got some down diggers for Danby. Clothes again being skipped. This Bag Boy golf cart, $1. Take it away. We want it gone. We got a Decine. That's a brand I haven't seen in a minute. A Decine duffel bag. Damn, bro. Back when everyone wanted to dress like surfers. You don't see that no more. Bag Boy golf cart. You know what? You want the Bag Boy golf cart? Johnny Walker, $2. I suspect this will get bid up. And golly gee, I didn't right click and I have to refresh the entire auction, so I do apologize. I have to click a few buttons here. Sorry about that. And we had closed lots. Close we're looking at a bit. Once this auction closes, I can take a breather. I'm gonna have some water. I'm gonna sit here and slow down a little bit. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. It is hilarious that someone compared me to Vince of the Slap Chop guy. Again, I'm looking at the YouTube video. I only see one thumbs up. And I've seen people fluctuate in viewership. Don't be afraid to drop that thumbs up. Don't be afraid to subscribe. I do simulcast and I do stream multiple times a week. So if you're enjoying this content style, tap in. And come on, get that bag boy. Bag boy last chance. Johnny Walker. This is licensed Johnny Walker carry-on luggage. It's got the logo and everything. And I double checked it. The tags are certified. We got certified tags in here. It's a great little carry-on piece. We were thinking it's perfect for fitting your golf shoes in. So if you already have a travel case for your golf clubs, it's a great little accessory. Darn, no one wanted my bag boy. Come on. But I appreciate y'all tuning in either way. I will be streaming another auction close next week for one of our colleagues who are a fantastic duo. I'll rant more about that after, because right now we're about to close. We've got 40 seconds left. I would say I'm very happy with the results of this. I would have liked some of the small items. Come on, I wanted my bag boy gone. Come on. But otherwise, the percentage rate, very good, very successful. We got spoiled a little bit. We had our first $10,000 auction to start off the year. So we had a little bit, at least I had high expectations. My business partner, Patty, tends to be he can be a little bit more measured than me at times. We keep each other in check in a good way. So we've got tennis bag, badminton lot. So we got squash racket sold, we got badminton racket sold, we got tennis bag sold. I'm very curious to see if all three went to the same buyer. And that is our auction for the day, folks. So shouts out again to Max Sold for being our partners in this format. Although there are some UI issues that I do believe do affect the buyers on their interface end, I would really like it if we could more easily see the competitive bids without having to be on an auction watch list, so that new buyers could come in and participate without having to have a little bit of experience with the platform. That said, they provide an invaluable service, and I have been nothing but grateful for the developments with them. So we will also see you on auction pickup day, where they've provided us nice little media marketing materials, so that's nice and easy to tell where you're at. And I've been going at it. So give me a second. Let me get some. I'm sit on this. I brought the chair. Give me a second. But thank you, everyone. I appreciate all the new viewers. I've seen a lot of people rolling in and out of the YouTube, and I am very grateful for y'all. Okay? This may be your first time seeing what a live stream is like, but ideally, this isn't your last. That was where I was trying to go with that. So we'll sort price highest. I'm gonna have a sip of water, and then when Patty's here, what we typically do, we do a little reflection. Okay? Debrief, as it were, if you're using fancy business terms. Oh. You see, Patty, you see what it's like when I don't have a second fiddle? You see how, look at how exhausted I am. Oh, woe is me. Okay. Whew. That brain, vocal cords, everything else is soothed. But so what we typically do, I'll be on for another 20 minutes, another 25 minutes. I like to do a little debrief on the expectations based on the value of the items. So, if you were here when we first started, I do start the streams about at minimum an hour early, usually about an hour and a half early, so that we can like dig through where things are at, because as you can see, the competition really comes in fierce as the auction is in closing session. So I like to review what has the most bids before that last minute competition arrives, and then I like to review what sold for the highest after that, because I think it's a good contrast of buyer habits based on general interest of items from the more experienced resellers who monitor on a more long-term basis, as well as general interest, versus the whales who are willing to drop in mucho competition as soon as things are like popping off. Because the thing is, some of these, regardless of auction platform, max sold, or their competitors, there are some whales who just sit there and they'll just click the most recent one that's closing and just like bid up anything that they know is worth money. And in this case, I think this is sort of what we saw happening. We saw some of the whales slide in. Definitely no one who's like a big shark. No one that's a massive competitor. But I think we saw some people come in who knew the value of the items. So first and foremost, I will say, no worries, Patty. That's what I'll say. I appreciate you being in the chat. Again, everyone, if you do want to follow Patty, if you do want to follow what we do, Patty is in the YouTube chat, spelt exactly the way that you can see it on screen. I am also gonna we're gonna have an ADHD break. Since you're on stream with me, we're gonna go Acorn. Let's see if we can see how their auction went, or is it closed? They usually close their auctions right away. Yeah, they closed it. Damn, they closed that stuff quick. I always want to see how they do, but our compatriots, one of our colleagues, Acorn Auctions Hamilton, they focus way more on high quality products, and they're looking to build their focus with paper-based products. But next week, they will be hosting an auction close of like finely curated antiques, vintage, etc. And I will be doing the same thing that I just did here, announcing the live stream, announcing the auction closing on live stream. And I'm very interested to do that, to see how 2025 is boding for them. My gosh, that hour of speaking triggers my dyslexia beyond belief. But so the Seagull acoustic guitar got the attention it deserved. Let's turn off the bot timer because the auction is not available anymore, and I will unpin this from YouTube, and I will unpin it from Kick. There we go. That part is fixed. That part. So the guitar we expected, happy with it. It's just funny that I ended up at 333. The electric organ, glad it got the attention it deserved. This bad boy's 190. Good, happy. I hope someone comes with the appropriate vehicle to be able to pick that up. Same with the cool picks, going for $85, very reasonable. And the air travel case, my ego's happy with that one. Quilt, hand stitch, turn of the century. Hallway bathroom storage cabinet, 47. Danby, 47. The phrenology model, someone got a steal on it, but that's... I'm very interested to grill the person who comes for the phrenology model, because it's a cool piece. I wonder if it's going in a personal collection or to a reseller. Transfer bench should be finding a good home, I would expect. See, like this magazine rack and side table is one of the examples of an item that had a lot of attention when the auction started. Didn't necessarily rise up. Same with this Shop Fox multi-purpose work table. We've got the licensed Elvis Presley 30th anniversary watch for $33. Lots of $33 bids today, huh? Oh, I'd say lots of. Two. Kitchen accessory lot. Kimono, good. I knew the kimono was worth it. Hanging copper plant pot. Nikon 24. Solid wood. So it's adding up. I'm very happy with the selection. Yeah, I won the bet. There's $20 on the sale boat. That if you follow us on Instagram, you'll see that Patty owes me. There's your ASMR for the day. Stained glass one for less than I thought. The Nat Geo maps, it's admirable. I've got way more of those Nat Geo maps, so they're worthwhile of me putting in then. I was just hoping they went for more than 20. Seems like we really struggle to sell paintings for sure. I'm very curious, this large sunset. Why did this seems like the most generic of all of the art that we had in our auction. And this most generic piece that I feel like why does that one go? This is like the interesting wonder of running an auction house. It's like, why does that landscape art print that you're like mid about? What? Man. The tools hit their expected balances. The black chrome. So we also took an L on lamps today. So we took an L on lamps, we took an L on art, and we took an L on clothes. Lamps, art, and clothes. This is a beautiful piece. Beautiful piece. Stunning. Same thing. Ideally going to a good home. Just surprised. Maybe the photography, but me and Patty have both been leaning to the fact that the photography probably doesn't need to be as set on a white backdrop as we anticipate, because let's see, even the top items like the work table, yeah, they were all on white backdrop, so maybe it does make a slight difference. Curious about that. Retro dining table, probably going to a good home. The TV, okay. Antique lunchbox. So in terms of Bebe, I did okay. I definitely didn't make as much as I would like to. But we got a fair spread, I would say. Definitely disappointment will never be the term here. We struggled to sell this panic door in the past, so that's also very nice to see. Folding poker table. Again, envious. I want this folding poker table so bad. So bad. It's huge, but I would never use it. I gotta, as a reseller, I need to temper my own expectations of hoarding and what I can and can't use. This is literally the service that we offer to other people. That's the tricky part there. I can't get my mouse back. There we go. Stamp booklets, so let's... Sales percentages. I don't have Patty here with me in person, so we're going to do this the manual way. So if we're listing 120 per page, right? You're with me. We're listing 120 per page. 120 is filled. We go to next page. So there's so many that I should be able to backtrack. Okay, so 120 per page. Fuck the one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's only 34 lots, so that's a good sales percentage. The second page is lower than as a honest business operator that I would want. Someone bought the bag boy! Ah, someone bought the bag boy. Yes, get the bag boy out of here. Oh my god, who bought the bag boy? Yes, the bag boy. I don't care. I just needed it gone. I've been holding onto the bag boy too long. Shouts to y'all. Hopefully one of your homies is getting a great intro to golf with this. It's a very functional piece of retro equipment. Oh my god. That's the bag boy. The bag boy. Oh, that's relieving. The bag boy's been around too long, bro. Bag boy needed to get out of the warehouse. I can't believe it. It's worth a lot of money on eBay, but I'm not shipping a fucking language. Excuse me, sorry. I'm not shipping a steel golf cart internationally. That sounds like way too much money and way too much of a headache, and I dare you to find me a box that fits that thing. So lots of dollar items for Bebe, but it is what it is. The spread is pretty even between us in that capacity. Yeah, so we're cooking in a subtle, humble way. Very happy with it. Very happy with it. So go to the main scene here. This is my agua cup. Look at it, same size as my head. This is the biggest solo cup you've ever seen. I had to get it. I had to get it. It's actually kind of thermosy too. Like it kind of works pretty well. But ooh. Okay. I'm a yap for 5 minutes. Then we're out of here for today. I want to remind everyone who tuned into this for the first time, very grateful, very grateful. Super stoked at how it went. Again, I want to remind you that typically I have Patty's Pop-Ups, who's in the chat here. He's usually hanging out with me, so you get a little bit duo interaction rather than me just doing my whole auctioneer shtick, which is I'm getting comfortable with it, but I gotta do vocal training like an actual singer. Like it's crazy the pace I gotta speak at and the breath control I feel comfortable with, but as you can see I'm talking too much from my throat. That's what I think was demanding the lozenges. Definitely first thing was fan every time was blowing and then drying me out, but it was a funny combination. Regardless, it's a good auction, and anyone who participates, we'll see you there on Saturday. Our auction pickup will be Saturday this week in Toronto. If it's someone that I know personally, we can reorganize some sort of session to adjust accordingly. It's a great start to a system, but also a humbling reminder that selecting the keynote items is critically important. Don't necessarily need to have pieces that are worth tens of thousands of dollars, but having that guitar, having the camera, having the organ, and having items batched into those categories alongside of them really does bring in the buyers that are willing to then spend money on the rest of the items that you have available in those selections, right? Like, I highly doubt we would have sold the hard plastic travel case for $70 if we didn't have the guitar and the organ. But at the same time, always the humbling thing is like that phrenology head. Phrenology head is like, if you just take that Google image in, it's a piece of art. That thing's worth a decent amount of change. So you take a little bit of an L as a loss leader on that. But also we would have been dragging around that porcelain head with the risk that it's going to break for... Who knows? Who knows? And that's literally the contrast of the service that we provide our clients is like, yeah, you could get rid of it now and maximize the profits, or hold on to it for 3 months and then you're just like using up your own space. You're wasting your own time. It's like a tricky, delicate balance. Patty's Pop-Ups drops in the chat with 83% Sale rate almost broke 2K. Damn it, so I was still wrong. I thought it was going to be closer to 2K, so I was still wrong. But that's okay. That's okay. Worth definitely a lot of buyers. I'm really interested to see the invoices to see how many folks come through. Disappointing, but still workable. Disappointing. Check myself. My high ambitions were not met, but it was not disappointing. Let's check myself. Still very content and very happy with how it ended up. So, yeah, but didn't reach my high objectives. Damn, I really thought it would have broken 2K. Well, it's also not updated yet. Hey, I will challenge you on that, actually. Challenge Patty on that. It's not updated yet. That thing always takes a minute to update. So it's definitely broken. But 83% sale rate is fantastic. The clothes are just like, wow. You just can't sell clothes on auction. Clothes are just going to have to be bring them in to the park and effing take them. That's really not that many lots. Time magazines I know had an issue. I'm going to have to maybe make a collaging pile, and then I got to figure out who to give the collaging stuff to. But I come across like those 1960s Time magazines and stuff. Yeah, no more clothes. We've tried clothes too many times, and it's just not. Yeah, like I think a keynote piece like that, like we do a keynote suit, keynote kimono. I know you're gonna do more clothes, but that's why I think you keynote it. We can't do lots of clothes like that anymore. It has to be like kimono, traditional X dress. It has to be like the fucking blue or gold dress from Instagram. You just have to have it as a good select piece. These Time magazines, though, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm fine with donating them to someone who will use them. I just want an artist that will use them. Maybe my old business partner in the photography studio, but I know that they don't do that same type of collaging art anymore, so we'll see. But yeah, look at we got 9 women's, 16 women's, 6 women's, 4 men's, 7 men's, 5 men's, and again unisex. Wear whatever type of clothes you want, regardless of what society genders them, but for title's sake. Maybe I'll steal a golf shirt or two and then we just fucking hustle them. Language. Maybe I steal a golf shirt or two and then we just adequately and very successfully hustle them. Sorry, I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be PG. I would say I only broke the limit like 5 times. We'll have a collage night, maybe, yeah. So yeah, last summary, and then I'll do all my outros. So it's no clothes. Effing swan lamp. It's pretty, but it's fair. It's kind of like not actually that rare. Yeah, we'll hang him up. I'm with that. I'm with that, Patty. So what was my rule? It was no clothes. No clothes. No, it was another C. No clothes, no art. Not no art, but reduce the art. No clothes, no art. Coins didn't do great, but there's if I can bang them out. If I can bang out the coins, then it's fine. No clothes, no coins. Sorry, no clothes, no art. Something I'm lacking on. Swan lamp is beauty, but it's not like a hyper rare swamp. Though that's bad for dyslexia. Swan lamp, beauty, but it's not hyper rare. No clothes, no art, no Pope. I know that wasn't it, but that would be funny. Clothes and art for sure need to be reevaluated, though. Alright, acceptable. Acceptable. A variety does seem to be a successful approach, though. So we can also bring more than that geo lamp maps. And the lamps do seem to be a sincere problem. Sincere problem. I'm over exaggerating again. I'm putting on too much flavor on that, but not getting the appreciation that they deserve. But then we had a lamp that sold in the previous auction for like $300, so it's a tough call on the lamps. Oh, the damn poker table is just looking me in the eye. And then like my gaming stuff, some of the collectible gaming stuff runs up, and then this collectible bust goes for $4. But I guess it also took me not long to shoot and describe. Sports seems to be the wariest as well. So maybe like sports art clothes. Sports art clothes. Yeah. All acceptable. Saws. There you go. That's it. No saws. Saws gone. No more saws. I can't believe you put more saw. I can't believe Patty put more saws into this auction. All right. Otherwise, y'all, that's it. Review time. I think I'm good with it. We had a bit of chill time. We had Patty in the chat. Hopefully you guys got to observe some of our back and forth. Again, I want to remind you that we host these auctions on a monthly basis out of our warehouse located in Toronto, Ontario, and we are partners with Max Sold as a platform. So you will see us working with them for the future as of now. They are great. Love their customer service. Love their communication abilities. There are some UI issues that I would like fixed, and I will keep repeating them until they watch one of these live streams. And as he says, we sell what we get. We sell what we get. We sell what we get within parameters that are worthwhile of our labor hours. But yes, more sauce. Oh God, the sauce. Otherwise, my name's Bailey. I operate an eBay store called Grandma's Dead Stock, and alongside Patty of Patty's Pop-Ups, Paddy. You'll see him in the chat right now. We operate this auction house. Together, we do this on a monthly basis to help rehome and do storytelling for these items that otherwise would have been capitalist waste, would have been thrown into the landfill, would have been tossed away and disregarded without being appreciated by either a buyer or a collector. Okay? We work with residential and commercial clients to help with home organizing and downsizing, and in some cases with our commercial clients, in this case of a real estate agent, we do entire home clearouts. We've just sunk our teeth in. We've got a good little standing now, so you'll see more service offerings and a more concise communication about how we perform those services and what packages that we offer. But it's about to get there. Like it's all the puzzle pieces are being put in the right place. And as Patty says, we're always learning and always laughing, and this is one of the reasons why I am very grateful to have found this human and been involved with him. Again, this was our first one back after having a short stint of a break because Bebe here had to deal with a family emergency across the country. If you've been following me live streaming or any of my content on the YouTube channel, if you're watching this in the future, you would have seen that I was helping out my grandmother in Alberta as my dad was in recovery. And in Patty's case, this gentleman had a whole ass, he spawned another human into this world. And he's a fantastic father, great business partner, great human to collaborate with. And you will see both of us at the pickup location. So if you win any of these items in Toronto, don't be afraid to say hi. Don't be afraid to say you watched the stream. Let us know if you watched it to the very end. And I guess final shout out is Acorn Auctions. You saw briefly as I was doing the lead up, I checked out the auction for one of our colleagues, Acorn Auctions Hamilton. That is someone we collaborate with on a consistent basis. And the same style of reaction streams, I do it for them as well as alongside them. They're typically in the chat hanging out, and they do a much more curated version of what we're doing. So they do select the keynote pieces versus we just take everything. So if you're looking for highly curated, selected pieces from estates, that's the time to tune in is next week. And they do offer international shipping. So that is for Canada and the US. So anything you buy through them, you can get shipped right to your door versus ours. You have to do local pickup. But if you talk to us nice enough, me and Patty will hook something up. Do run an eBay store. I do understand how shipping works, right? But I think I covered all the bases. I did the spiel. I did the standing stream. I like the standing stream. So if I got no Patty, I think it's going to be a standing stream next time. Tomorrow, I will be in the warehouse. We're going to tidy up in preparation for this auction pickup. So if you want to tune into that, I'll be live on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, the typical pattern. And then in the evening, I'll be playing some video games with my homies. So if you're more of a denizen of the internet that enjoys the typical stream setup, we'll be playing there. It's kind of like something that I don't want to promote on the PG format, but it's a very intriguing new game that everyone's loving. So if you got a little bit of a degenerate side to you, you might have a good little chuckle at what we're doing in this simulator video game. Okay, but that's it. Rambles aside, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you to all the regulars. Thank you to Stoned. Thank you to TMZ. Thank you to all the others. Shouts to Patty, most importantly, for making this possible. Very excited. It's only up from here. Even for one of the, home run, even for one of the smaller auctions, it's only increasing. When you contrast it to one of the other ones that we were like not client-based, it's still hitting above the mark that we were previously. I'm very excited to see how it proceeds. I'm very grateful to have met him. I'm very grateful for everything that I have in my life. I'm very grateful to you, the viewer. Okay? So thank you, y'all. I'm out for the night. And tell your grandmother about us. Okay? Tell your grandmother about us. Appreciate you. Bye. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye. Bye. Bye.